Good evening, boys and girls. This is Tim Kennedy. I'm a Special Forces sniper, a Ranger-qualified Green Beret, a UFC fighter. Please listen to us and the shenanigans that we're going to say. We will insult you. There will be racial slurs. We will be sexist. We will offend you. But there will be magic, and a unicorn will be raped. So enjoy the show. Thank you for listening on WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
Oh, Lordy. What's up, guys? Woo! Fucking staff work sucks, dude. Fucking trying to work, trying to knock shit out, trying to handle business, trying to fucking do crap, and you know, when you get selected for promotion or something like that, you get fucking, you know, they want to throw you in the fucking rank that they think that you're gonna be, you know, in the job. You know what I mean? They want to put you in that job. But fuck, dude. Let a brother fucking get adjusted first and shit. You know what I mean?
What fun is that, man?
Dude, well, you gotta go to this meeting, and then you gotta go to that meeting. After that meeting, you have this meeting. When you do this meeting, you gotta go to this meeting. Don't forget to do this meeting. And you know, how you look right now is how you're gonna look, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, man, fuck. And then, of course, during the week, we've had well, actually, not during the week. We just had some interesting fucking events. This is kind of tying into Sergeant's Time, I guess you would say, but, our politicians are kind of fucking us right now. People making up their mind, not making up their mind what they want to do. You know.
Why, whatever do you mean?
Oh, well, you know, to quote a wise man.
Gotcha, bitch.
So, you know, it's fucking, it just fucking blows. So there's,
Amazing.
well, here's the thing. There's a lot of confusion going on. Obviously within the White House, and there's a lot of stuff going on within Congress, and there's a lot of stuff going on with our military. All of it, everyone thinks, oh, what does this have to do with whatever? But it actually does. It actually has a lot to fucking do with each other, man. Holy shit. These fuckers here, and I use that term loosely. Because they love the big weenie, man. Oh, hey, oh, God, look at the weenie. It's right there. See, I'm already starting. So, okay, I'll just come out and say it. Yesterday, our commander-in-chief, everyone's like, go on. Everyone's been trying to fucking say this stuff now. Yesterday, the commander-in-chief said,
No, he didn't say it.
No, he tweeted. I'm sorry, he tweeted it. Well, yeah. Thank you for clearing that up. And of course, everyone has been waiting for this show because obviously, we at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio always want to give you the up-to-date information from the Functional Veterans Center of Excellence. And we want to make sure that all type of information from the active component, reserve, and National Guard is given to you. Well, obviously with our brothers and sisters that are veterans, with the most up-to-date info. So the most up-to-date info is yesterday, the Commander-in-Chief tweeted, thank you for correcting me on that, Glory Cloud. He announced, he didn't tweet, he just fucking announced, he said, gotcha, bitch! After consultation with my generals and military expert, please be advised that the United States government will not accept or allow transgender individuals to serve in any capacity in the U.S. military. Unquote. Mixer, don't even go there. I see you pointing your fucking gun at me, Mixer. He added that our military must be focused and decisive on overwhelming victory and cannot be burdened with the tremendous medical costs and disruption that the transgender military would entail. Thank you. Unquote. There, I said it. There you go. See? Fucking everyone's like, oh. So, the Pentagon, of course, didn't immediately release the details of what the president's announcement was and referred all the questions to the White House. And then, what kind of SecDef Mattis, Mad Dog, Mr. Knife Hand himself, he's been busy knife handing Congress with some other shit. We'll be talking about, too. But it depends on how long this show,
this topic
takes amongst the show, because guys, let me please stop. Don't stop calling. Allow me to set up the story, I guess you would say, and set up the scenario here, and then of course we'll open up debate. I'm more than happy to talk about this. Earlier in the month, a spokesman for Mad Dog said that it was going to give the service chiefs another 6 months to review whether allowing transgender individuals will serve to hurt the readiness or lethality of the force. That's fucking fair. I mean, hey, look, whatever. The Army and the Air Force, of course, requested a 2-year wait, and then the Navy had requested a 1-year wait, in part to accommodate a request from the Marine Corps. The delay ordered by Mattis did not affect any transgender troops who were already serving openly in the military. So that's where a lot of people are starting to get fucking confused. That there's going to be thousands of soldiers getting thrown the fuck out and whatever. There's about 250 people right now. Remember what we talked about this? This is straight up the small percentage I think you were talking about. It's a small percentage of the community that is actually that way. There, is that politically correct?
Yeah.
As much as I could say it. So no shit. 250 people are transitioning genders or have been approved to change gender within the Pentagon's personnel system. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to take light of this like that. It's almost like when you're saying you want to get an approval for wearing a beard or something like that due to your religious beliefs. There's got to be a paper trail. There's got to be an approval process throughout this whole thing. Well, that's what they're fucking doing. They're ensuring right now 250 people. Okay, so 250 people right now are currently transitioning through that system.
And which from somebody that said 15,000.
Somebody's saying 15,000. I didn't say 15,000. I think some congressman is saying that about 15,000. No, it could affect 15,000 because that's just a rough estimate. I'm guessing on whatever fucking polls and whatever thing anyone's saying or surveys that fuckers are saying.
But I want to throw that point out there while we got it right now. That's what people don't understand. And you pointed out, if it's not on paper, it didn't fucking happen in the military.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not so much. And everyone's like, "Whoa, Ice, how could you be so callous?" No. Stop. Everything that happens, in the military requires an initiation of an action, personnel action or whatever. Everybody knows that. So nobody can fucking play dumb here. Even the guys who have served in the military, who are senior rank and all this shit. To include individuals who are now currently transitioning out of the military, the way I see it, I don't think you should talk or you should not speak for those in the military. If you waited 20 fucking years and now decide to Caitlyn Jenner yourself, then that's fucking different. You know what I mean? Has nothing to do with anything. And I only say that purely in an adjective. This is purely hyperbole and clinical terms which I'm speaking of. Okay, I'm not bashing nobody. I'm just giving you, as a leader currently serving active duty in the military, this is the process that you have to go through. So it's not like you just go, "I'm here, let's do it." It doesn't work that way. Right. Otherwise, I could be a helicopter pilot, or I would be an officer or a warrant. You know what I mean? It doesn't. Nobody can just up and fucking say, "I'm going to do this," and that's it. The military is still. Hang on. The last time I checked, for the last couple hundred years, it's still the military. So you can't really go off and say, "Well, it's not fair, and it's not this, and it's not that." We'll get to the fair portion in a minute. So 250 people, because that's got my, because I loved it because today's conversation at work actually made it so fucking easy for the day to go by. It was like we're talking about it in the morning. They canceled fucking transgender training. I'm not going to tell you what fucking command I'm in, but they canceled it. They're like, "Oh, well, I guess fuck it." We're going to kind of like postpone to see what's going on. Which, of course, it's kind of a thing that you want to be sure that you're not fucking violent, because right now, with the atmosphere that you discussed before, Great Cloud, about serving with the army of right now and the leaders of right now, there are guys that are so risk adverse, and so officers that are so risk adverse that are commanding or directing their directorates or commands. They're afraid now to decide what the fuck to do.
Yep.
So literally, it's like, well, let's kind of hold off on this then, for right now, because what they don't want to do is they don't want to have an appearance that they're violating the office of appointment to be commissioned officers ordered by the president, because that's the way it fucking works.
Right.
Which is why warrant officers get slammed for contemptuous words against elected officials, Article 88 of the UCMJ. That's what hems those fuckers up. And I use fuckers as a descriptive term to officers. Yes, I'm speaking this way because I don't want mixers pointing a gun at me right now, and it's waiting to pull the trigger. So I'm just saying right now, that's the dealio, brolio. Anyways, so what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, like I was saying, there's got to be some initiation of paperwork, okay? And then this pushes to allow transgender troops to serve openly during the administration of the former administration. Then, Defense Secretary Ashton Carter in the summer of 2016 directed that all the chiefs draw up a plan to accept transgender recruits. So, the former administration in 2011 ended the repealed fucking the Don't Ask, Don't Tell, which, I mean, nobody fucking cares anyways. Nobody cared anyways when Don't Ask, Don't Tell was happening at all, unless they were using it for a, they were using it more for, like, leverage, you know what I mean? There was individuals, You know the deal, there was individuals that we knew were from the LGBTQ community, and we knew about it. It didn't even fucking bother me, I didn't care, but there was those individuals that would use that to exploit them, which was what the issue is, which goes back to clearances. See, this guy's nation. This is why it's all the big circle of life. You know, I don't know why I said it like that, but anyways, fucking Mixer, like, burr, burr, burr. The guys in the Mixer HQ are fucking blowing up the goddamn chats right now. So, a number of transgender people in uniform is estimated to be less than 1%. Now, mind you, this is the survey so far from the RAND Corporation. So, if you guys don't know the RAND Corporation, these are the guys that did the big surveys and polls for the DoD. They kind of listen to, the DoD kind of listens to these guys because these are unbiased individuals. They come in, they ask facts. They attack the State Department all the fucking time. I love it. Back in my old job, anytime Rand would come over and talk shit with the State Department, because I used to work in the embassies and shit, it would fucking be hilarious how the State Department would be backtracking on stuff, and then the Rand's like, nah, you guys are fucked up. Nah, you guys are, So they've already estimated this. Now, mind you, I don't understand. There's no reason why, the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell has happened. So there should be doors knocking down, ID cards, and, women's health clinics for preparing for transitional type of surgeries with whoever does. I don't know who does it, so I don't know what, because I'm speaking purely as somebody who is not familiar with that type of stuff. So if I'm not saying it right, it's just because I don't know. But I'm not going to bullshit you on some of the facts in the military as far as being an active duty leader and who I have to ensure that this training comes to me. So less than half of 1% of the workforce, according to RAND, is saying that they're part of this community. So that means there are between 1320 and 6630 transgender troops currently serving on active duty, which amounts to about 0.1%, and then 0.5% of the 1.3 million member active duty component. Okay, and this is everybody all together. Yep. And between 830 and 4160 of the reserve. Now, mind you, this is what I'm pulling out of the freaking of the study, and what I'm pulling out of a political scientist of another that works for a political / strategic / analytic scientist. I didn't even know there was an MOS for that. So it says specifically that it's closer to more about 15,000 transgender troops, because I'm not saying who's transgender. They're not coming out. No one's actually saying, okay, here I am, I'm transgender now. Let's do this. And then, of course, while the number of transgender troops is relatively small, they still serve in military positions within the military. So there's a first female candidate for what they call there's two types of, or actually there's only really two types of special operators in the Naval Special Warfare Command. There's what they call the SWCC, which is the Special Warfare Combatant Crewman, and then of course the SEAL. A petty officer in that notified their chain of command they identified as being transgender. Now, I'm not saying it because I don't know what they're deciding to be, so that's why I'm saying they. Being as non-specific as I can, because I can't say it's a guy or a girl because I don't know what they're transgendering into. So it wasn't really identified as transgender to the command who would face personal action. The Navy's guidance is that the sailor, which is pretty much the Army, is that they must receive a doctor's diagnosis of a medical necessity and their command be approval to begin the gender transition process. Which, what we talked about before, it creates the paper trail, right? You have to have a paper trail. You must also prove that they can pass physical standards and requirements of the gender to which they're transitioning. Because obviously, if you have a male APFT or PFT, and you're transitioning from female to male, you actually have to pass the male standards, right? So I'm just.
On that point, I do remember having that discussion with our resident Jag and our resident Doc.
Yep.
There are until the medical community in the military, in the Army anyway, blesses off that you are fully transitioned. You still are required to meet the requirements for your current gender.
Well, correct. And well, my biggest thing is that you also have to have a you have to go through some serious treatment for this shit too. I mean, it's not just okay, here I go, and then it's more of a how can I say this? I'm trying again because I don't know. Because I'm not. I mean, I'm normal. I mean, see, I can't even say that. I am not of that nature. How about that?
Okay. Normal.
No, I'm normal. Well, I'm just saying. I'm a male. I'm identified as a male. I know male. That's it. That's all I'm gonna fucking say. Because you said on WTFNationRadio.com and U.S. Army WTF Moments, which is why I threw a bunch of fucking disclaimers out there to include the Tim Kennedy "we're gonna offend you" shit, because people are going to get offended no matter what the fuck I say when I'm trying to explain policy of what is in the Army right now, what is in the DoD right now. That is no shit. It's not ICE talking about this stuff. It is no shit specific to the regulations. And we're gonna go back to what you were saying about the medical stuff. See, again, I keep telling everybody all this the DoD circle of life, because there are other issues too that people are trying to attack at the situation. And now, mind you, this is just what he tweeted. There's been no fucking... I mean, trust me, everyone's looking for the Alarak at work. They're like, okay, here it comes. What's going to happen? When is this going to happen? When are we going to have to stop, doing whatever? And then, the boss of the shop is like, yeah, let's kind of hold off on this training right now for a second, because I don't want to fucking be wrong. No, you want to be fucking wrong.
Coke tweeting.
Coke pleading? What is that?
Like the shit that he normally does. I don't.
No, the boss is just he's being cautious because of what the
form of comms.
No, what I'm saying though is that our boss in the shop is being cautious because he doesn't know if he's going to violate the reg or not violate the reg by in doing this tier 3, tier 2, tier whatever.
Oh yeah, dude.
Fucking chance.
I'm sure that like anybody that's like field grade and above is just fucking puckered the fuck up right now, dude. They're like, oh my god, I can't move left, I can't move right.
Yeah. What am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? So now everyone's gonna fucking talk about, oh well, Now, of course, there are individuals who have had issues, and of course, all the lobbyists, all the activists have now come out of the fucking woodwork. The ones that were, because it's almost like they just can't let this shit die, and I'm talking about the activists.
They don't have anything better to do, man. They need another fucking like recession.
Well, I'm just saying that they thrive on the controversy when it's really nothing that of a fucking big deal. Yes, I can see the comments in the Facebook live chat. Hang on, why are we giving them special treatment? That's a question.
Who is them? Use your fucking big boy pronouns.
No, I'm reading what's in the Facebook live chat.
No, I know, and I'm saying it. I'm not talking to you. I'm
gotcha.
Saying it to whoever the fuck wrote that.
Oh, gotcha.
Pronoun rules.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that's why I was saying them and they and their when I was speaking about this, the Navy gal, or them, whatever. I don't even know what to fucking say because I don't want. Again, I don't know what the right word is to say it. It's not because I mean, it's one of those things where do you talk to the young kids? Hey, I'm hip to what you're down to, kids. Hey, guys, that's swell. You don't talk like that, right? So you want to get with the right vernacular.
I do.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
Well, I think I do, but I don't think it translates the way that I think it translates.
Well, I think the way you say it and the way we hear it, it's different. So
yeah.
So everybody, so everyone, so now we have groups that are on the pro LGBTQ and of course the anti. Of course, after all this, because like I said, the groups come out. There are individuals who come out here and do this and all that. Let me talk about good point. Kristen Beck, D-Max, transitioned after she retired from the military. So.
Oh, is that the Navy SEAL?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the fact that was like, did you guys see how, whatever the platform was, that she or he, whatever, I think that technically. Post-op line defines the pronoun used there, but
that's what I'm saying. If you're talking about, no, I'm saying, but if you're talking, if I look at you and you have said I have transitioned and you are a woman, then you're a woman. You're not transgendered anymore, right? You're a woman.
Well, it depends.
No, you're a woman.
Didn't happen.
No. What I'm saying though is that it's not so much of I see you transition to a woman for a reason, and now you are a woman. That doesn't take fucking rocket science.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much like. I'm not even going to argue. Like,
I'm just bringing up the
retardation that I'm like not equipped for.
No, just I'm just catching all the details right now because I want everybody to make sure before they pull up their degrees in Facebook law that that this is what's going on right now. This is stated fucking policy now. Let's stop right now, and we're talking about what is happening in stated policy. Okay, now, so you cannot join the military right now. There is a regulation that's required. It's called Standards of Medical Fitness. Googleize it if you'd like. And it says specifically upon entrance and upon maintaining military deployment readiness status of what you can or cannot be. Believe it or not, there are individuals who can... for simple shit that you would think is not a big deal that people live with every day. Asthma.
Dude, here's the thing.
Crohn's disease. HIV.
If you fucking come in, whatever the physical status of what you come in as, that's what you are when you're fucking in the military. And if you decide to have an operation while you're in, your fucking saved up block leave better fucking be enough to cover that fucking recovery period.
You're saved in block. Like, you can't be on profile for it.
You got a month.
You can't. Is that what you're saying?
Your badge together.
You can't be on profile. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
It's almost like getting a sunburn.
Government property.
It's like
contract law. Very simple.
Well, no, but what I'm saying though is that there is already regulations in place for soldiers who have flat feet that can't come in, right? And they can't fucking lower back injuries. Now, let me rewind to a lot of stuff and open it up.
Like if it's
when it dropped,
like a psychiatric
Oh, you just hit it right in the head, brother. You just shower me, man. You just hit it right in the head.
No, but I don't. The thing is, I don't.
No, that's true. No.
But it stigmatizes. Like,
it doesn't.
The thing is that like I'm really fucking not into fucking like stigmatizing. It sucks for whoever's like dealing with this kind of shit. It sucks for whatever fucking reason that it happens. Like it fucking sucks for them. And I don't want to fucking make it worse by fucking judging them for it. That's fucking. It's just shitty.
No, judging them
doesn't mean that in the military we should fucking.
No, but judging was not what I'm getting at. What I'm saying though is that I'm talking about Doc. What I'm saying though is that I'm not judging here. I'm just laying out the facts that you can't come in the military or there's specific military policies involved. I have not even gotten to that point of judging anybody.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not saying you were. I just wanted to premise it. That, like my point of view on it, before I like say that the military is no place for that. Like that's a private thing, dude. Like if that's something that, because there's like varying stages of it, right? Like if you want to dress up like a chick at night and fucking like go fucking hang out at Cav Scout barracks, then that's fucking cool, you know?
No, but
like,
we're talking about
keep it like fucking.
No, but I'm talking about
gets arrested.
Not even. Hey, bro, I'm not even talking about fucking the social shit. Not even talking about that. I'm not even talking. I'm being specifically clinical on this. That at the time that the army
that there's no grounds for a clinical argument.
No. What I'm saying.
Absolutely fucking absurd.
No, but there is a regulatory. No, but there is a regulatory requirement that cannot allow you to serve in the military if you are under specific issues. Now I keep going back to the surge. The army let everybody. No, I'm just saying the army let everybody and their fucking mother in, no matter what they had. We see it in the inbox just about every day of motherfuckers that get put in the military right now that are trying to get that fucking fast money recruit, trying to get that recruiter, got to get that fucking quota, right? And then we wonder why soldiers nowadays are having issues and backlog to the VA. We put these kids to the meat grinder on all this shit when they shouldn't have been in the fucking first place. Like the kid who was found in fucking New Mexico or Arizona or something like that, who was found in a goddamn wheat silo. He had Asperger's, bro. Asperger's is, I mean, what the fuck? You don't fucking do that shit. No, it's not. It's just I'm saying. You don't fucking. I mean, like, that's bullshit.
Smart people.
Yeah, exactly. So it was because, we got to let them in. Well, goddamn it. Behavioral health issues are part of the standards of fitness, is what I'm talking about, the regulation, to allow you fucking in. If you fucking, dude, when I first joined the army back in the 80s, if you pissed the bed, slept walk, talked in your sleep, snored really fucking loud, you couldn't even come in. If you had to get a fucking waiver, that was signed.
You still do.
No, I'm saying you had to get a waiver. No, I'm saying you had to get a waiver for flat feet. You
still do.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Still do. It's just not fucking something. It's just given out like candy.
Correct.
That everyone expects it to. That's the norm nowadays.
Well, I mean, my biggest thing is that at this point, everyone talks about what is going on. I mean, I'm telling you, they're telling everybody to accept them for what they are when they can't even accept who they are themselves. Does that make sense?
But it doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with accepting them.
No.
For who they are. We accept them for who they are. They just don't belong. Who they are.
They are not. They cannot. They cannot come in. What I'm saying though is it physically in the now I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going on the regular. I'm only purely speaking about the regulation. I'm not even talking about my own personal view about it. I'm not even talking about what society's personal view. I'm talking about specifically about the regulation.
There's nothing to like. I don't see like it's starting. I don't want to say anxiety because I'm not.
No, it's gender dysphoria is what it's called. It's what it's called.
It's called, just fucking like.
It's called gender dysphoria or gender identity disorder.
There's nothing necessary to say about this that hasn't already been said. It's like
correct.
It's a fucking black and white line. This is the military. It's one fucking place in the world and society where we have black and white fucking rules.
But Doc, nobody fucking sees that, which is why we have Sergeant's time to articulate this shit to the audience that does not fucking know before they come hamming up and saying, "Oh, fucking you guys suck and you're bigots and this," because you triggered somebody because they don't understand that the standards of medical fitness when you come in the fucking. I'm a senior NCO currently serving active duty right now, 30 years or so in the military. I have to inform the audience, this is why it seems everyone's like, oh, well, fucking, you're being a dick or blah, blah. Nope, no way.
The argument that people, I mean, from the perspective of people that are arguing, opposing side of your argument, I think, Ice, is that the controversy here is not whether or not the regulation exists. We all agree on that, but the controversy here is that the regulation was up for review for potential consideration to amend, and it was after review it was decided that that's not fucking gonna happen.
Well, they looked at it as far as what the sourcing was to do it. They were looking at. And then, of course, the first thing, what about the guys who fucking have to take Viagra, who have to do that? Yeah, a lot of them, most of them, too, are LGBTQ as well. So that isn't even an argument you came in and talk about.
I don't know about, I mean, statistically, though, you still need What if you can't get a war boner?
No,
That's fucking operationally relevant, dude.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, I don't know. It goes into a fucking behavioral health issue, right? Because you can't get a boner. But my point being is that it's not just heteros. It's all dudes are getting fucking the blue pill, right? So don't even fucking go there. Let's go on another thing that it costs fucking money a lot. If you're willing to.
And the thing.
No, if you're willing to.
Thing, let me add something to that.
Stop adding. Go ahead.
Just take it. If you come in, right, they don't necessarily ask you if you take Viagra or if you have erectile dysfunction. They ask you in general if you have any pre-existing history of any kind of diseases or illnesses when you enlist.
No, we know that.
It's on you to tell them if you have erectile dysfunction, which is both categorized as a physiological and psychiatric condition, depending on the person, depending on the actual individual condition. If you're taking Viagra, it means it's a physiological condition. They don't typically treat erectile dysfunction of the psychiatric or psychological etiology with a fucking pill. They treat that by deploying you to Thailand for 6 months. But anyway, basically that's a condition that would keep you from enlisting if you had it. If you had disclosed it during the initial contract setting, I mean the erectile dysfunction portion. So it's not a justification that we spend money on if you have erectile dysfunction before you come in, you're not going to be allowed to come in. It's not a valid fucking argument. First of all, second of all, whoever did the accounting analytics for those costs is beyond retarded and a product of Common Core or I have no fucking idea, dude. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm just beyond absurd. No, there's no sources. Bro, there's not no even numbers. You're right. It's just right. Straight up hey.
Yep. But I'm going straight off fucking black. Like you just said, I'm going off of black and white. AR 40-501 standards of medical fitness. Period. That's what I'm going off of. There is no fucking. It has nothing to do with. I'm talking about. I'm talking about. Okay, you managed to make it in. Good job, troop. And now we're looking at things that are keeping you deployed. Me and you have been deployed to areas where we've had no access to any type of facility, right? At all. And didn't have to fucking... Could you imagine being in an environment like that?
I was the facility, bro. Vaginoplasty? Say no more, fam.
Anyways. We're trying to be serious about this, Doc. So...
I'm not. I don't think it deserves... I mean, I understand that that's what we're doing, but I personally... I don't know. I think it's fucking retarded and funny, and people are just fucking way getting banana shape over it.
Well, yeah,
for absolutely no fucking reason.
Exactly. Well, I'm explaining this to the masses though because there are other masses out there that think it's an automatic give it to me. You know what I mean? It's not fair that I can't come into the Army right now. It's not fair that you're letting somebody come in for this, but you're letting somebody for. It's not fair that person gets to get promoted because he did a PT test like that. It's not fair. You know, fuck that.
While we're on this not fair bullshit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please show or cite for me in Code of Federal Regulation, United States Code, some fucking federal law, where it says you're allowed to serve in the military, that you have a right to serve in the military. The only one I know of that says anything about the military that's law is registration for the selective service.
The right to pursue happiness, bro. It's an inalienable human right.
That doesn't give you a right to join the fucking military.
What if it makes you happy?
Oh my god. The point being, the point.
I personally don't believe in individual rights that are inalienable. You have the right to life until somebody fucking kills your ass for being a fucking big mouthed asshole.
Well, that's fucking Darwin right there, and that's the survival of the fittest. No one ever said it was the pursuit of happiness, not giving it to you and shit. You know what I mean?
No, dude, rights are a fucking illusionary concept constructed as a fucking by Jews to hustle you out of your fucking end.
We're not talking about that shit. We're talking about fucking what's going on right now with the president repeatedly talking about banning
What is that?
You're totally off subject, man. We're not even talking about those type of Hasidic activities.
It's like two birds with one stone.
Oh my God. But it's not fair, right? It ain't fair. It's not fair that you can't. It's not fair that someone who has asthma can't serve in the military. Is that fair? That we can't let them in? Well, no, because they have asthma, right? How are they supposed to be fucking sucking wind and shit?
They have Call of Duty for those people.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on. You can't have LASIK done and come in, but you can get it done after you're in.
Correct.
Depends on the procedure too.
If it's LASIK or PRK.
If anybody that brings up that argument is a fucking idiot, like people should not, like, without medical expertise, they should not start arguing. Like, I've seen a bunch of like dudes that are like special ops dudes that are like a bunch of fucking 18 Bravos, like arguing from a medical perspective. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, you know how to pack to the bone. Yeah. That's pretty much it.
You know how to use QuickClot. You know how to use QuickClot, right?
There's different types of procedures for corrective eye surgery.
No, but correct.
You could have it done. Even the one that's not like disqualifying for types of service. You could have it done, and if there's a certain chance that the procedure, like, you don't heal properly from it, you'll be disqualified. Like if your job requires you to free fall parachute or to dive, right? Like where you're going through barometric pressure, like atmospheres at a relatively rapid rate. And if your eyes don't fucking heal properly and you can't pass that evaluation after you've had the corrective procedure, even though the procedure was the one that's approved by the military, you will be disqualified from fucking doing your primary fucking function.
Correct.
Of,
you're right. No, you're right.
Pipe hitting.
You're right.
Whatever, like,
you're right.
Specialty that you are.
Correct.
So it's not. The shit is there for a reason, and the people that are arguing with it, like this frivolous fucking like, let's just go through the book and point a finger at a fucking medical term and see what kind of shit. Like, don't be stupid. If you don't know medicine, like, go back to the fucking kids' table. Like, don't open your fucking mouth.
You're talking about specifics in genome and hormone therapy that individuals do not understand how the human body or how science fucking works, man. That's what it is.
Dude, even hormones. Okay, the specialist field in medicine for the doctors that work with hormones, those are called endocrinologists, and in my humble opinion, they're a bunch of fucking charlatans, because from what I've seen, I mean, either they're charlatans or they're the dudes with the fucking Asperger's, because the amount of fucking secondary and tertiary effects just from like a fucking linear hormone cascade, the amount of like impact it has on various like organisms, like functions, is beyond fucking mind-boggling. Like, we literally like don't fucking know what the extent of, and I mean that's like coming from medical school, like teachers and shit that like are that know this stuff, and books, textbooks and stuff too. It's complicated stuff. My point. That's my point, dude. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and argue to you about hormones and what like anybody, though, as much as I know, like where, as far as I would go with the hormone thing is like, if I see somebody or I hear somebody arguing that like from a scientific perspective about anything in it, like I'm gonna be very, very fucking skeptical, like just right off the fucking bat.
We're just talking about, again, I'm bringing up the subject of policy, bro. I'm not even going in the fucking, and I'm talking about other stuff too.
Oh no,
let's just go on.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah. Let's talk about fucking some of the policies of. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, ran away, dude. The policies of what else are we going to do? Because then now, if you want to provide resources and fund this, that's what I'm blown away. Nobody said you can't come in. I mean, nobody said you can't do this. Well, now they are, I guess. Nobody's freaking. How do I say this? I'm so trying to mixture this. Fuck it. No, everyone's saying that it's gonna fuck you. Look, motherfuckers don't want to be held liable for your ass for you fucking being in the field and you going through some fit in your fucking hormonal transition there, and you fucking do something in combat. You do something in an environment where we cannot evacuate you because you had something going on, because your body's gonna revert back to its natural state of whatever you were before. That's what I'm talking about. Because the Army right now, the military, everyone's making a big deal about funding this specifically. Why? Why are we so wrapped around the axle about
it doesn't give us any kind of it doesn't. It's not an investment.
It isn't. It isn't
in our war fighting capacity.
It does not. I want to know why.
Viagra's for war bombers. Yeah. That's,
okay. Well, I
mean, operationally relevant.
What I'm saying though is that my whole point is that there are other things that the Army could be funding as well, not just this. And why this? Why does this have to be this right here? For instance, and this is a subject that is very sensitive to me and some of my soldiers that I've served with, is IVF, in vitro fertilization. Why doesn't the Army fund that? I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm not even going to go into women shouldn't be in the Army. That's another. I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about if they're going to talk about that, that will open up the door for why cannot the Army fund or resource IVF? The amount of money that goes into trying to do transition surgeries could go into IVF. Let's start out something else. How about you want to talk? Oh, yeah, it's an old rig. You're right. Why? Because it was set for guys and gals. This is not set for fucking a college program so you can go and fucking have fun, be stationed in Hawaii or Germany and think life is fucking good, and then not realize, oh wait, I gotta wait. You're telling me to kill somebody now? 77,000.
I'd be so pissed if I had a kid like that I had to fucking work with, like, that thinks it's all about the fucking gravy and the cheese dick fucking cool guy shit. Actually, I've worked with guys like that. That's the guys that end up fucking you over and making everybody get like relaxed grooming standards, get fucking goddamn ganked when they can't fucking. Somebody decides to braid Viking braids into their beard when the fucking group commander comes to town. Assholes.
Well, that's another thing too. I'll be honest with you. If you're doing something that's operationally, that's another thing too. But if you're operationally deployed and they say guys grow beards, guess what? I could grow a beard. I don't need to take a fucking pill to do it.
Time and place, dude. Like,
no, but I'm saying,
you gotta know your operational environment. I agree with you, too.
But I'm saying, I cannot. Hey, fuck it. So why is it then again? If we're looking at that, then where is the petition for, I don't know, some activist group that has to do with families? Then why isn't the military supporting IVF? Why isn't the military? Because there's some things that happen to females and males.
Can't have kids.
No, what I'm saying though is that
technically,
but that's why. That's what I'm saying. There are things that happen in the military that happen to you in the military that could make you susceptible to not having kids. And this is something that you can't help. So in vitro fertilization would be a process for you, which why can't the Army do it to produce more young'uns, right? So what the fuck?
What does that mean? Is that like where they hire Jody out to bang your wife for you?
No, actually, you're both involved in the process. It's just that it becomes clinical after you jerk off in a cup and then you create X-Men baby inside a lab and then the egg gets put back in your whatever. So, anyways, my point being
it takes all the fun out of like the most miserable 18 years of your fucking life that you're gonna induce on yourself.
Well, I mean, if we go back to some of the chaotic and archaic, let's look at some of the standards because I'm able to put.
I'm just joking, dude. Obviously, I'm just fucking joking.
Well, my biggest thing is that nobody looks really deep. If they really were to look deep into the military and some of the laws, I'm again back to standards of fitness and entrance upon entrance. Single parents now, and they used to be just single moms, but single parents now cannot join the military unless they give up their rights to their kids. Where are the people fucking talking to them? Where are the people?
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah. I will say one of my exes had to do that. And I was shocked that the Army, okay, we're the center for families and women's rights and all this other shit that they want to make this fucking social experiment on. Where are they at?
It's not a hot button issue, so nobody fucking cares.
And that's what I'm saying. Nobody fucking cares because everyone's trying to say Chelsea Manning is whatever, and that's it. And now he's the new fucking pariah for whatever has to happen.
Squeaky wheel shit.
Well, I'm just saying that's fucking wrong, dude. That is fucking wrong. So if you, that to me is far worse. Okay, let me get this straight. We've all been over the arguments of who should serve and who should not serve. We've all been in the arguments of who should be in the draft or who should be in combat MOSs, who should be deployed, and whatever, okay? Everyone thought, okay, now the military is starting to move fucking forward, and now the military... So then why is it that women that want to serve have to give up parental rights to their children? They have to give up parental rights to join.
I agree with it.
Fuck that.
With the policy? No, and I know that that's a controversial issue, but from the operational oversight perspective, I would agree with it, with that policy. And it's not it's not by any means something that I feel is.
I could use the same argument you just did. No, I'm just saying. I guess use this.
It sucks, but
no, but I could use the same argument you just used about joining the military and coming in, because the military requires that you to have a family care plan, right? You have to have a family care plan. So
what do you mean?
Why
I'm
is
not tracking?
No, so what I'm talking about is the argument that you said about some of the specific surgeries and procedures that you can get in the military as opposed to waiting when you come in the military. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
So it's the same thing with the policy for parenting as well. I mean, I'm going back to standards of entrance now. So why is it that you can't say that you have to have a valid family program or care plan when you join the military while you go to basic and AIT? And why is it only to the women?
It's not. I don't think it's necessarily women. It's
no,
just
I'm just
that
saying.
the women are the ones that get the rights.
Correct. Correct.
The state does a fucking perfectly fair job of fucking the shit out of the male single parents by itself.
I've been before. Yeah, I've been one before, man. Trust me, I know the deal. But my point being is that it's there before you start picking on one fringe, and I'm going to say it, 1%, 0.01 of 0.00% fringe group that is trying to create some sort of movement. Then let's overhaul it completely. Then let's start off and see what else we can or cannot do. Because I think the commander in chief's fucking smart on his own to fucking come out with his own. Okay, well, this is resource intensive, and I'm fixing to fuck people up in a minute. So,
dude, look,
look out.
There's we got policy in place for a reason, right? And then we have people in positions of policy influence and change. Those people, it's their job to change it. There's specific forums to offer suggestions, not like fucking being plebs and ranting and raving and crying and fucking threatening to fucking tell the president to come fucking tell me this face to face. Like if I was the president and I read that shit, I'd be on the next fucking thing flying. I'll be like, saddle up, Marine One, dude. We're gonna go hurt some feelings. But
yeah, that was kind of stupid for him to say that.
Literally, that's like what I would do. I'm surprised he didn't.
Yeah,
because that would have been like, that's totally like that dude, the Navy SEAL dude, never been exposed to chess, but I mean SEALs, you know. Anyway, so the thing is the policies, dude. Just because you change one aspect of a policy doesn't mean that you should completely recycle the whole policy as you happen to change one aspect of it just because it happens to be controversial for some reason.
Well,
that's not how it works.
It's exactly that.
That's called a knee-jerk reaction.
Exactly
and
that.
You're going to have like consequences to it afterwards because you're being stimulated, pressured, and that pressure to make decisions that shouldn't be, that in no way, shape, or form require like an expedient answer that should be actually like given some time to think about, but because of like lobbying or whatever, like social media bullshit, like people jump to immediately like recycling like all policies that are in any way possibly related just because some fucking autist on the internet said that it was. Like, dude, we don't have policy change based on fucking meme popularity. That's not how this shit works. Okay.
Change your profile to your fucking on your fucking Facebook profile.
Let the dudes that are in charge of policy change do the fucking job that they're in position to do. If you don't like it, then you need to fucking work your way up to that position. And then, you know, I'm sure that by the time you get there, though, once you work your way to it and you get there, you'll realize that it's not as easy as, you know, just pulling out your fucking latte enema and just fucking shitting it all over the fucking internet just because of a fucking Twitter post. That's all I got, man.
My biggest thing is that if you're going to go into that, if you're going to be the big advocate and you're going to say you're going to be an activist for this specific group, then you're going to have to start fucking, in order to assist you in your fight, I guess you would say, you're going to have to rally up the posse and go over other specific issues that could help you in your cause, I should say. So if you go fucking through one fucking position of the transgender thing, then you have to talk about single parents having to give up their rights to their kids to join the military. Now, of course, you don't have to fucking...
Okay, that's a fucking absurd argument. Like,
No, what I'm saying, though... No, it's not an absurd argument. I know what I'm saying, though, is that if you were going to be of that one group, at least have something else to fucking talk about aside from that. Oh, saying, transgender. Like, okay, what else you got?
Like, if it's inhumane to make a person choose to give up their kid to join the army, then whoever is, like, going to the army and, like, I mean, am I being retarded here?
Yeah, you are, because anybody who wants to serve their country, that's admirable. They should not have to give up the rights of their kids just to serve their country.
What if their kids are how are they going to take care of their kids?
That's what
serving your country, like,
they have a family care plan, right?
Taking care of your kids as a responsible adult who, you know, based on the consequences of in and out, as they say, you got kids, you got to be responsible and take care of them. That's like not creating a burden for the state. That's being responsible. That's serving your country. Inversely, maybe, but still, it creates a greater burden when you end up going to the military and you're required to relocate or whatnot. But there's a realistic possibility where your kids will end up influencing.
Yeah, but you're talking. Yeah, you're
human resources allocations.
Oh my god, dude! Whatever.
I'm just saying, like, hey,
what I'm saying though is that nobody. In other words, what I'm using the comparison that if they're saying that, oh, we should have the right to serve, and we should have the right to serve, and we should be unabated with this, and this, then that's it. Then everybody else should have the same thing, to include single parents, to include transgenders, to include, you know, whatever. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Bro. What I'm checking about taking the policy.
How come we haven't seen the meme with the, you know, from 300, the hunchback with the fucking spear?
Oh, yeah.
How come nobody's memed that yet?
I don't
for
know.
This fucking situation.
Oh, I don't know. I mean.
Oh my god, dude. It's perfect.
Just because you think you're a Spartan doesn't mean you're not a hunchback. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, dude.
That's a good one right there. I just said it right there. Just because you think you're a Spartan, was it?
Or like when the God King, when he's like, I'm a generous God.
I'm a generous God, exactly. Oh, man.
Yeah, dude. Go to ISIS if you want to fucking serve as a warrior for, you know, those dudes apparently are doing the whole.
No, but you should not. No, what I'm saying though is that you should not. Yeah, no shit. But you should not fucking.
Hello.
Hey, WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air. What's up, man?
Hey, I wanted to chime in about your. I heard you guys talking about, you know, single parents joining the military.
Send it. What's up?
And I kind of wanted to chime. Well, I just actually finished Army recruiting course, and so actually I know all about this and kind of the reasons why.
Fuck yeah, dude. Go ahead.
They don't allow. So they don't allow single parents, moms and dads, both included, strictly because it's just unethical for you to give up your child to somebody else, and the Army completely doesn't agree with that whatsoever. They want a happy home for your family, and the Army's really pushing for that. It's regulation, you know what I mean? And that, just keeping that on the side there, are you feeling what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah, dude, I'm actually glad. I'm glad that you called in.
Yeah, we were waiting for a recruiter to call us.
What you're? No. Well, yeah, me too. But my dick touches my ass. I don't know if that that probably disqualifies me.
Only
anyway,
if you look.
What I was gonna say is that I'm glad that you brought that up. That was something that's I was trying to beat around for Jesus fucking phrasing.
You talked a little bit about the family care plan issues and stuff like that. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, but I'm the exact perspective of what you're bringing it up as. It's phrasing. It's not a matter of it's about how it's phrased. It's about how the policy is phrased. If we phrase it that hey, parents have to give up their kids in order to, single parents must give up their kids. That's not the way that you said it is.
Actually, they're not allowed to at all.
And that's exactly because.
But yeah, I did say it was one of my exes.
I understand
back in the day.
No, but you understand. You understand what I'm saying is that it can be phrased like that though, in order to manipulate an argument. What you just said. What's the recruiter who just called? Don't say your name, but recruiter actual, right?
Yeah,
we'll
he's
call
here.
you recruiter actual.
Right.
Did he already say his name? I don't know.
No, he just said I'm a recruiter. That's it. Just call him recruiter.
All right, cool. All right, so, but the thing is that I was trying to rephrase what I was saying, because I don't know fucking policy, dude. I was a grunt and shit. I was a sharp NCOIC just because I was the guy who fucking had the most sexual fucking harassment complaints put in against him. By the time I had E7.
But you could read.
I just knew how it was done. Anyway, but I'm glad that you brought it up because that's an excellent example of how policy, just rephrasing it a little bit, it doesn't change what the policy is, but the fact that you rephrase it can villainize the fuck out of it, and it completely changes the point of it as well. The intent of it is for the happy families, just like you said.
Well, yeah, but just for the process of an applicant to join the military, we ask for all of this information, your marriage certificate, birth certificate, all of this stuff, and they build basically your packet to join the military. And we all know this. Your first 4 years when you join the military, you usually get some of the tougher jobs. A good chunk goes to Korea, Bragg, Lewis, and you're doing whatever. Your airborne jobs, your tough jobs, you're cleaning the gutters. And the thing is when you get enrolled into DEERS and all of that, the TRICARE and all of that, say you are a single mom or a dad and you get sent to, say, Korea, and then you try to, say you gave up your child, which is absolutely not what the Army wants you to do, and then you try to, get your kid back and add them as a dependent and get them shipped to you to Korea, where you absolutely can't do it.
Shipped.
With a problem, that giant problem that can happen.
I think in Korea, of all the places that you mentioned, Korea is the one place where you can ship kids.
Yeah.
But that's the joke.
Not all the places. But I'm saying,
you're right.
For a single mom.
Yeah, I was a single dad too, so I know the deal.
And stuff like that.
I got so much shit for being a single dad.
I wanted to add on that,
That's all I got on
I
there.
agree with you
On the
as
wife.
far as the fucking initial enlistments, but not because the location. Yes, the geographical disposition of certain locations. Yes, they could be. But the thing is that Korea is considered a hardship tour, specifically because of the geographical disposition. Okay, and it's not like a long. It's not a full PC. Like it's a short PCS. It's not a fucking long PCS. I'm not saying that it justifies somebody's kid being left. I'm actually like getting. I think that the reason that an initial contract is more difficult is because in your initial contract, you're the bitch for your initial contract. Like until you either get busted down and you stay a bitch for your second one, or you get to the point where you're like have a little bit more. And that's the thing is that like I'm almost like hesitant to continue this because once you gain rank, it doesn't mean. I think it's maybe a bad. You don't have more free time. You don't have more leniency or more like freedom of lateral movement as a leader. I think it's actually the opposite.
Yeah.
It's just in practice it happens that way. That like most leaders. There's not a lot of good leaders. It's very hard to maintain. I mean, we all make mistakes and shit too, but as far as like really good solid leaders, and that means like when you make a mistake, you fucking own it and you like move on. But there's not that many of them in general, I think, for whatever the fuck reason it may be. But generally people think that like, oh, just because you're a leader, you're going to have more time to spend with your family. And yes, you're given that rope, that potential like lateral room for where somebody's not constantly micromanaging you, but that time is not your time. That's time that you got to be a fucking leader and fucking take care of your Joes. So I don't know if it's necessarily like a good thing. That's the way that it is with your initial contract being more demanding, but I can see how that would be.
I think it is. If I can chime in here, I think it is good.
Yeah.
I actually think it's better that it's stricter that way, and really, you have a happy home. You got to have, you have a better chance of having a happier soldier that's going to be more productive. Especially if you got a soldier that's worried about getting custody of their kid or wondering how their kid's doing because they don't have them with them. Then you have an unproductive, worried soldier.
Agree.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Happier soldier means a more productive soldier, which means that you can drive on with the mission, execute, accomplish the mission.
So how long has it been? You just graduated recruiting school, so what do you think so far? Or what you see coming in?
I haven't I haven't actually. I just got to my center, and I got good vibes, man. Like, I'm usually a pretty good
hot bitches.
character.
You guys already got a bunch of hot bitches.
He can't say that. He can't say that. He's a recruiter, man. Come on, there's policies for that shit.
Giggity.
Yeah, you can't say that crap.
He must be like, I know he's not gonna say it. High five,
good.
Wink, wink.
When the mess is just right.
I know that they treat all new soldiers with dignity and respect.
Do you think they're giving them kick gloves? You think they're giving them more kick gloves? Like what you're experienced? Like, do you honestly think, like, really, dude? Are you really fucking coddling these kids?
Man. I walked into a recruiting office and was like, fucking save my life because I'm a piece of. I was a piece of shit. And I made my recruiter work
there
hard.
You go. That could be the same. Could be the same situation that some of these single parents could be coming into. They could say the same thing. You know what I mean? That was my whole point. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying specifically that if you're gonna fucking make a policy for entrance, then you got to be careful, because then other groups and I just mentioned the IVF and I mentioned the single parent policies and stuff like that, because you got to be careful, because it's like once you let one soldier put his hands in his pockets, then everybody wants to put their fucking hands in their pockets. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So
well, I don't know how long it's been like that for.
Dude.
I just know that it's been like that since I went to school,
Yeah.
and I've never known anybody that joined as a single parent. I just know that that's the way that it is right now.
Yeah, my ex did.
And I understand that's why that is.
My ex joined as a single parent. As in she joined.
How long ago?
Oh, this was ages back. That was like wife. Fuck, I can't remember. I think.
I got like Civil War.
Yeah, I was about to say
2004.
The probably
2004ish.
Yeah, 2003ish or something. I can't remember. Anyways, when she came in, they told her she had to give up rights
really quick.
So what's up?
Imagine you're like fucking squad leader, fucking ranger, fucking hard dick, and you got some fucking Joe that comes in who's like a single. I mean, now it could be chicks like in Rangers, and like you got a chick that comes in, it's like single parent. You'd be like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
yeah, but who cares?
It
shouldn't matter.
No, I don't care, but that's not my point.
Yeah,
my point is just like put yourself in the position of a squad leader, right, for a moment, and be like. Think about like how much time he's going to have to take away from his duties of training his dudes to fucking stay alive, to fucking take care of like this one. Like, I mean, to me, I just tried to like imagine myself in that position of that squad leader, and I'm just like, fuck. Dude.
Yeah, I was there with my oldest. I was that way with my oldest, and I was a team leader. I was that way with my oldest. So, but I was already in, you know what I mean? So, but anyways. Hey, Carl.
No, that's what I'm saying. But like, imagine somebody that's just coming in. Like, I would be like, what the fuck are you doing? And like, who let you in?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's not a fucking, like, welfare or daycare fucking thing. There's
I got you. But they're MOSs. Hey, caller. Hey, thanks for calling, Recruiter. We got more people calling up.
All right, brother.
All right, thanks,
have a good one.
Yeah, dude. Hey, good input, dude.
No, but again, people do that. There, like you just said, there's some when you come in the military. Usually, your first stint should be the first toughest job you have. Well, unless you're dealing in a support unit, then whatever. What's going on, bud?
Hey, what's up? I got a question. So, with giving up your rights as a parent to get in, I mean, that kind of like alleviates you of any problems while training. I mean, you have to focus on training.
Correct.
That's the whole point, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess.
Well, we just said that that's not something that's allowed.
That's allowed. Well, it was not allowed now. It's not allowed now.
It was kind of like, it was phrased poorly.
No, it wasn't. It happened back in the fucking day. What? Do I need to call my fucking...
No, I mean,
I'm going to have my ex call and tell her.
Now, dude.
Oh, yeah, now, yeah. I'll tell my fucking ex to call the show up. No, please don't. But no, that's exactly what happened. That was given up custody, and her mom had to take custody of her kids. So, because I was, instant family, just that Joe situation. But anyways.
And I think that there's like...
Is it temporary?
No. Well, here's the thing. What people are now doing, and mind you now, I know this. I'm a fucking first sergeant. I know people who have come in the military that have said, hey, I got to go get my kids. I know for a fucking fact that they fraudulently enlisted under those terms. You know what I mean? And it's their kids. It's the same thing for someone like the recruiter said earlier. If you feel like your life was a fuck up and you think your life should be, you're using the military to make you a better man and all that. So what should be wrong with somebody who's a single parent be allowed to do the same thing? So
fraudulently, God damn it, I can't say the word. Fraudulently enlisted. I think whoever said they never smoked weed on at the recruiter station was a liar. So everybody's fraudulently enlisted.
Well, there were specific things that obviously you can't fucking say, like you can't hide back. Like you ever, I guarantee it. If I were to pull out my enlistment contract when I joined the military and slap it up on Facebook, and then you guys saw the questions that they asked, you wouldn't be able to fucking join according to those standards.
Touche.
I mean, just saying, it's just the way it is as far as the fucking, have you ever said anything about the Nazi party or joining the Communist Party? are you homosexual? That's what the fucking questions would ask you in the recruiting thing. You know what I mean?
Like, is this a gulag application or
exactly?
Or am I enlisting?
Yeah, exactly. Am I kind of like whatever? So when I find out my soldiers, I have a new Joe coming in my company, and first sergeant, I want to take leave. I'm like, kid, you just fucking got here, and I got to go get my kid. You got to go get your kid, and then I don't even go into it. I just like, you know what? That is here's the thing. Anybody will kill for their kid. If you know what I mean. So I'm not going to stop anybody as a first sergeant to go take some, you want to take some leave? Well, I'll tell you what, we'll come back from the fucking field, or we got something going on, and you take leave all you want. Go get your kid. You'll be able to fucking do it. And then I handed that situation to the magical person called a sergeant. And that sergeant's job is to fucking ensure that his soldier's taken care of.
That would suck. Like, I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, in a grunt, like.
No, fuck that. No matter what it is. Doesn't matter what your fucking MS is.
I'm saying that it. I don't know, like, I really don't know what it's like to be, how the organizational feel is, or what the organizational feel is, in anything other than like fucking grunt units, you know.
It doesn't matter if you're grunt or not, dude. If you have a soldier that has an issue, it could be a male. Hey, I got to go pick up my kid.
I'm not saying,
you know what I mean?
No, I get it. I'm saying, like, yeah, if they got an issue, that's your job to help to figure out a way to fix the problem. But coming in, like, straight up, like, coming in from fucking basic training with issues, like, I'll help them. I'll help them.
Yeah.
It's going to be fucking, like, that's like strike one, dude.
Well, it's not your fault. You got to deal with, what are you going to do? Tell the soldier, hey, get the fuck out of here? Get the fuck out of my face? You can't do that. You got to deal as a leader. You got to deal with it.
Yeah, you deal with it, but it's still a fucking strike one.
Yeah.
That fucking immediately you're putting your first step in the door as a fucking new member of the strike one as soon as you take your first foot in the door.
Well,
I'm not saying I'm not going to help them.
No, gotcha. But I'm saying
it's
what's
going to be held against them.
Go ahead. What's up, man?
Informally.
What were you going to say, Jay?
You can. I mean, is it strike one if you put your first dick in your mouth in today's army?
What the fuck? What is
no?
No.
Why would you even advertise that? Like,
exactly. That's your personal shit, bro.
You can suck penis in the army now.
Well, I'm just saying, but that's your personal thing. If you're sucking it,
you just weren't allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's what's called like almost modesty and discretion. It's almost like you don't talk about that stuff at a dinner table or something like that.
It's called manners.
Yeah, it's manners.
We've progressed to a civilization of Planet of the Apes where we have to fucking have our manners written into fucking stone tablets for us.
Exactly. Oh, man. Yeah.
So, y'all have a good night, man.
All right, man. Take it easy, Jay.
Later, dude.
My point being is that it sucks. That's part of being a sergeant, I guess. You know what I mean? You got to fucking do that shit. I don't like the fact that everyone's not fucking. What I don't like is when people say, "Oh, well, that's not my lane," or "That's something that I can't do," or "It's so and so's done that." That's fucking sergeant's job.
You're right. I mean, I'm not saying that it's that I wouldn't help them. And shit, I mean, like taking care of a dude that's your subordinate, like, especially with shit that like they know that they fucked up on. And and you still like help them get through it and figure it out without making a big deal of it. Like, you're earning the subordinate's loyalty. I don't care what the fucking regulation says that they're required to be loyal to you or whatever. It's not how it fucking works. Like, if you're that type of leader, you're fucking like, go buy some more adult fucking diapers and shit. Like, you're gonna need them. But generally, like, those types of dudes that have these like, I personally had a dude that had some like crazy fucking like fraudulent property / investment interests that were just like absolutely like shit out of a mafia novel. It was like one of my Joes. Dude came in after the fucking stock market crashes and was just like shady as fuck and like 20 years older than me. But I took care of him as much as I could and fucking kept shit on the down low. Dude's fucking like behind a fucking saw. He was like a fucking godfather, you know what I mean? Like solid people. I'm not saying that like don't take care of them. It's a matter of principle that you still take care of them and you go out of your way to fucking take care of them. Not because it's your job, but because it's your fucking like the burden of your fucking of your rank and your positional responsibility, organizational even maybe, but still, like it's gonna go in the fucking mental shit list because I'm not gonna like forget it as a matter of like, oh, forgive and forget, whatever. It's like if it keeps happening, like it's gonna be a fucking paddling. You know what I mean?
I gotcha. No, I just
that's why I mean is like it's your first strike. I'm not saying like I would treat the guy any fucking worse. In fact, I would probably give him more attention and fucking be much more involved in that fucking Joe's personal affairs than I would otherwise. But what I'm saying is like that's your fucking strike, dude. It's like it's an objective like calculation measure, but it's definitely gonna get fucking put in that shit list.
Yeah, I got you, man. No, I mean you're right. I mean I'm not saying, like you just said about burdening. It's gonna now be a fucking additional burden that you said earlier as a squad leader having to deal with the kid. But I'm talking about now. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it sucks. Hey, we gotta take a break. We've been blabbing like a motherfucker about this shit. So for a while, I think the first hour was supposed to have gone already, and it's now fucking continuing. It continued. So, anywho, yeah. So you're joining us right now in Sergeant's Time, discussing about this situation here where the was supposed to have gone already. The ban supposedly happening. That nothing's happened yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and kill the Facebook live feed so that way we can play some stuff that we can't play on Facebook. So if y'all want to go check it out and listen to us on Mixer, you can go to mixer.com/WTF Nation Radio and log in there and stuff like that. And you guys in the Mixer, hey, thanks for joining us as well. And so I guess you'd say warning shots, right? Shots.
The bitches, they love visuals.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
And we're back. Oh, wait, hang on. Triple double feedback. We're back. Welcome back to WTFNationRadio.com's Part 2 of Sergeant's Time. Woo! Holy crap, what a debate. I love this shit. That's the best part about this fucking job is you get to debate different points of views and I get butthurt about it. Are you triggered? I'm not triggered. Anybody triggered?
No, why would we be triggered?
No, I was about to say, I'm just asking if anybody would be triggered because talking about all the stuff that we're talking about, the entrance of the Army and why things are happening, the science of, and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I just figured people would be upset and all that. You guys want to give a call and shoot the shit about what we just talked about in the first half? 415-889-8367. We'd be more than happy to entertain you. But yeah, so whew. Anyways, I don't even want to start to next thing. You know what I mean? It's kind of like okay. I saw Doc was blowing up the Skype. I saw his little icons there going up. So I was just wondering. Okay, cool. What you guys say, Doc? You all right?
What? I heard my name.
I'm just asking if you're okay. If the last subject matter of the first segment just kind of, got you straight and you're good to go.
I'm good, bro. Insert fucking "this is my safety" meme from Block Hog Down.
This is my safety. Oh, that you can say safe space.
triggered.
Oh man, you know, I'm not. No, I sounds triggered. Thanks. Not so much triggered. It's just if you're gonna pass a policy or say that this policy is not gonna happen, then then do something. But then fucking do it. Don't be wishy-washy and don't get everybody, you know, moving through the fucking flow of shit and then say, oh well, you know,
so
whatever.
You got a good point about that wishy-washy thing. Here's my take on that. Is if the this is the way it's going to be, there should have been no hesitation on the public face, mind you, from the Pentagon.
Agreed.
Granted,
Totally fucking agreed. That's like
that of Great Cloud and not of WTF Nation Radio.
That's how like that's basic fucking leadership 101. Like that's fucking called. Hold on. Is mutiny a fucking Navy term? I think that they use that in Band of Brothers in the Army.
You could be seditious and have mutinous behavior, but yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Sedition.
They immediately came out and discussed it behind closed doors at a later detail.
Yeah.
It all goes back to what we first started talking about and is brought up over and over again. If there's not a regulation for it yet, and if there's not a policy for it yet, it doesn't fucking exist. Exactly. If there's no paper trail, it doesn't exist.
No, great. There is no paper trail. I mean, again, this was a tweet.
Again, they should have came out.
Yeah.
The POTUS.
Yeah.
And then conferred later in private.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, here's the thing is that like I'm not gonna argue about the fucking validity of using Twitter for whatever fucking purposes, because that could be like a technical circle jerk with not me eating the soggy biscuit. So I'm not going there.
I'm hungry.
But
now.
as far as like being like basic fucking like rules, right? This isn't NAM.
I love when you say that.
Like highly respect mentioning something in a forum that all of you guys have access to, not you the listeners, you the fucking other host. And that person said that it is fucking distasteful, or implied that it's like it shouldn't have been put out in a tweet. I agree. It's fucking like that's whiskey tango shit at best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
White trash.
Yeah, but you know, I'm starting to think though, Doc and Grey Cloud, I'm gonna activate my It's time to activate the tinfoil hat, bro. Do you think someone is fucking doing this shit on purpose? Like someone has hacked into his shit? Is it really him?
No.
Do you think he's really? Do you think he's really doing this?
Yes, it's him. If it wasn't him, he's the president. He would have made another fucking Twitter account and said, "Hey guys, somebody hacked my shit." It would have been fucking. Either we would have known about it, or there would have been measures taken to shut down or fucking censor Twitter until the fucking offending party was identified.
Well, Ice, you have a good point about this. Not necessarily that somebody had broken into his shit, but the tinfoil hat theory is he likes attention. We know this. He lives on Twitter. And they estimated so during the campaign season, they estimated he got something like $1.5 billion worth of air coverage that he didn't pay for because he was mentioned all the time by everybody who fucking hated him. And how was he able to get his name out there all the time? He fucking tweeted.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's the fucking the master of the deal, bro.
No. See, I'm tired of hearing about that stuff. You know, that's getting so fucking old to hear. It's
I'm
like
not.
saying that's like saying
The
full.
guys-
No, fuck that. That's like saying full spectrum operations, motherfucker. What the fuck does that mean? He's the art of the deal. Shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah, and I'll elaborate. Most people that say that, and I agree with you. When I hear people that are unread, unbathed fucking savages mention that, I understand that it's a fucking form of verbal masturbation where they have no idea what they're talking about. If you read his book, it's called The Art of the Deal.
Correct.
It goes into detail, and it's not like a mathematical.
No, but it's more so
autobiography.
No, I know it's more of the it's just more how he deals with stuff in negotiations. I mean, I got
it's
that.
It's his ego, dude.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
His ego. That's what it is.
Exactly. So my point being is that fucking I'm tired of hearing that too. Hey, what's going on? WTF Nation Radio, you on the air?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Hey, what's up? What you doing?
Nothing much. I mean, like, I was just chilling out thinking about your questions about are you still on the transgender thing?
Oh, we're all over them. We're all over it. Yeah, go for it. Sorry. Yeah, we're still talking about that too.
I'm just thinking about it. Like, cause I posted up a couple things about it. Like, you know, and if you're looking at it, like they said, like, how much does it cost to transition them and to put them out of the fire?
Well, that's what we're
accepting everybody, which I agree. You know, hey, it's cool, accept everybody. But you know what? Hey, like that SEAL, that one dude,
Kristen Beck,
he did it after he got out.
Correct. That is correct.
Yeah, and that's why, and that's exactly
and I respect
his
that.
argument
Like,
is
you know,
invalid.
like to expect us to deal with you having to go through hormone therapy and everything else while you're in the service, ridiculous. Do it before, do it after.
Yeah.
Because no. If you look at it, we don't accept people with incorrect teeth.
That's
bad
right.
teeth.
That's right. You got a fucked up girl. You're
we don't accept them with braces.
Yeah.
They have to have it. And if they have braces in their teeth, they have to have them out before they come in.
Yep.
I mean, if you actually literally look at it by the letter, yes, we'll accept you, but you fix yourself before you come in.
Well,
or you fix yourself after you get out.
Well, I was looking at more so of the how can I say this? The physiological and the biological shit. You know what I mean?
The physiological, biological, like, you know what? One likes to suck dick, one doesn't.
No. What I'm talking about, I'm just talking about within yourselves. You know what I mean? Like you as a, like you can't, you have to take hormone therapy.
Just because you identify as a woman doesn't mean that you fucking
your body will be that way.
Dick.
Yeah, what I'm saying, but your body be that
way. What's it called?
Well, yeah, like I'm not saying that you like to or you don't.
Yeah.
You know, that's your personal preference. You know, for me, you know.
But you don't.
You can,
you can say it. Yeah,
D goes in the P.
Yeah, you can say it. You can say whatever you want.
But, you know, at times, like, you know, it never goes D with D. But, you know, it's on you.
I'm a philosopher, dude. Mouth is objective. Both. It's not gender specific.
It's not exactly. It is a very generic. It is a very subjective and very objective orifice. So. You just can't have bad teeth.
Well, it's very receptive. You know, something can go in, something can go out. You know, I agree with that.
All right, caller. Hey, thanks for calling, man.
But you got no, dude. I mean, like,
you got more? Go ahead.
Like,
go ahead, man.
Like, what is your opinion on that? Like you're asking me, like, you know, like, what do we think about it?
Yeah.
Right. Like, I mean, like, personally, I mean, like, what is the thing is that, like, you know, like, they're looking at it like in an aspect of like, oh, it only costs $9 million, $10 million, $15 million for these 15,000 troopers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could get all the surgery you want. You could take you could take all the pills that you want.
1.5 million, 2 million.
Yeah,
no, actually, if you think about it, 2 million people. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Go ahead.
Or did you hang up?
No, wait, dude. You're still here, man.
You're thinking about it. 2 million people. Okay, and those of us, not including, you know, some of the guys are retired, and some of us that, like myself, like, I'm not going to lie, that psych meds that lower our inhibitions, and, you know, we like to please our wives, so sometimes we need a little that V, little Viagra, you know, which they only give us four pills a month. Dude, could you picture it like they only give you 4 pills a month, so you got to time it right. Because you know what? Hey, you think you got it right? You take that pill.
You do 4 pills?
No, you take that pill. You think you got it right, but you done fucked up, George. And then all of a sudden, you said the wrong thing. She's pissed off,
and you're walking around with a raging boner. Yeah.
Yeah,
and if you take
I got an extra towel rack hanging in front of me. I mean, like,
if you take more than 4 and you're like, hard for more than 4 hours by the book, you're gonna get an involuntary gender reassignment.
Yeah, you're gonna deal with minks.
No, you don't. They just play it open and they just bleed it out. Trust me,
Trust me.
Yeah, me too. Trust
me.
Trust me. I've sat in on follow-on care for people who have had to have their eggplants.
Yeah, what kind of physical therapy is involved in that?
Yeah, but no, I mean, like, honestly, when you actually think about it, like, like a lot of times, the meds are there for us because we actually have a reason for it. But hormone therapy, I don't want that. Do you want that?
No, I'm happy who I am. I know who I am.
Has anyone you went through the service with that you know of wanted it?
Well, I know some juicers, guys who like to get them gains and shit. They take some sort of hormone to get all buff.
Well, no, those are roids. Those are roids. That's completely
hormones.
Different, and you know that. So
yeah, until you get bitch tits like Bob. And then at that point,
no, then
like
then they need a mastectomy.
But those are only for women, not for men.
No, they're not. They're actually for men too. Men can naturally get breast cancer. Men can naturally get breast cancer, and it's a sorrowful.
It's not probable. It's not very fucking likely.
It's not often, but it happens. But how many times have you said, like, hey, here's a natural guy that just, hey, he needs to be a woman. It's not. And so
I don't think that. Well, I mean, that's like.
He needs to. I mean, like, have you ever looked at it like, I've seen some pretty guys.
Yeah,
I mean, like, like, especially when you're downrange, you got to think like Hodge. Like, how many times have you thought like Hodge? You're like, that goat. Look at that goat.
I've seen some pretty eyes.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen some ankles.
Some camel toes, and you're just like, damn. And I'm talking about the real camel toe.
Or the camel spider.
Yeah.
But like I said already before, dick touching ass would destroy a camel spider.
All right, hey, thanks for calling, man.
But really, the thing is, dude, like, socially, it's not something that we it's still stigmatized socially to come out like as a transgender. It doesn't matter like that. There's all these like acceptance groups or whatever.
My thing
it's a matter of Freudian psychology, which some people are like, oh, that's fucking charlatanism or whatever. But to an extent, there's like a part of you that's like deep, like the id portion of it. And that's like the shit that like. It doesn't matter whether it's socially acceptable or not. We're still going to have a hard time like expressing it openly about ourselves. And I think that that's still one of those things that it's not something that you could say, like, do you know anybody that's actually done? Well, that's like not a very plausible statistical measurement there because it's there's other factors that would skew your population sample.
Yeah, I got you.
That's all I got. That's all I got on that.
I got you. Hey, what's up, Cos?
Hey, what's going on? Great topic tonight.
Thanks. I guess.
The last caller actually asked, how much does it cost? And I've been a little bit slow at work, so I did do some research on the day of the announcement. I had some time.
Oh, do reveal.
And this isn't. This is my source is the Human Rights Campaign, which is I guess it's a social, it's a 501c4, which means they're for profit, but they're operating exclusively for the promotion of social welfare. So they deal with these things as far as gender equality and that type, gay rights and things like that.
Yeah. So now
and they estimate that a gender reassignment surgery at the high end is about $100,000. and that's a gender reassignment surgery with no complications. Of that $100,000, the actual reassignment is $30,000 facial surgery. Can cost anywhere between $25,000 and $60,000, and breast augmentation, either to get boobs or to have them removed, is about $5,000 to $10,000. He also asked about hormone therapy. Hormone therapy will cost you about $1,500 a year.
Now, that's continuous because your body, as whatever your gender was, will revert back to itself if it's not taking those hormones.
For the rest of your life, correct.
For the rest of your life, correct.
Guys,
what's up?
So, I would say that's interesting because I just pulled up an article from 2 years ago from a place at CNN.
Oh, fake news. Sorry, I can't say that.
Well, that's the article that I found, so I want to give them proper credit for running the article.
Oh, roger that. You're sourcing them, of course.
The Philadelphia Center for Transgender Surgery posts the cost estimates at $140,450 to transition from male to female and $124,400 to transition from female to male.
Wow.
And this is actually published almost 2 years ago to the day that we started talking about this. So it's not like, oh, they just made up this story and blah, 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 blah. Nope, this story's been out there. Because it goes back to citing Caitlyn Jenner and all other shit. But I find it very interesting because they bring up the Affordable Care Act and who's paying for what. And this article cites that the average person will pay $70,000 to $80,000 out of pocket for the reassignment surgery.
God damn, $70,000 to $80,000 out of pocket. Now, this is all of the, I mean, it's not, I mean, what am I talking about, the psyche? I'm just, again, being
I just thought of something, right?
What?
So, all sorts of contracting happens. We know, you guys know what I'm talking about, like all the under-the-table deals with like awarding contracts and stuff?
Yep.
I bet there's like stuff in play that got totally like fucked up because of this, you know, like with projected like hiring of like specialist doctors or like pharmaceutical industry, right? Like selling lower bidder fucking government grade hormones.
I'm surprised Big Pharma hasn't been involved in this shit, pushing for the stuff.
I just thought of it from the economics perspective. I think it would be really funny to see, to like follow it back through like stock, because the only place you could really see it would be like in the stock, like value of stocks and stuff. I think it'd be an interesting thing to kind of check out to see if anybody's like stock significantly deviated right after that tweet.
Well, hat theory.
Yeah, that's your typical hat theory. I mean, the thing about it though, I think someone has access to his Twitter, and not just him, just it's like somebody else. He has a proxy.
It's not his Twitter that they have access to; it's his brain.
You know,
once he's in that office, he's collared.
No, I'm talking about his physical
servant of the Illuminati.
Yeah, whatever, dude. You're fucking. Now you're getting way fucking. I haven't paid my dues yet to my lodge, so stop it. Anyways, my thing is that fucking it's not him. It can't be him. There's no way that he's just doing this. There's no fucking way he's that errant to do something like that. There's no fucking way. I don't believe it. I mean, obviously, if you show me and say, "Ice, here is his phone, here is the algorithm, and here it is him logging in to do it," I want to see him tweet it. I mean, I want to see him his tweets. Fucking, let me see it, because I don't. Kofefe. Well, yeah, that was probably one of him. That was probably him. The Taco Bowl incident. You know what I mean? Love me some Taco Bowls. I love it. I love Hispanics and I love Taco Bowls. Eat Taco Bowls. You know what I mean? So I'm fucking hungry now. So, Kaz, did that article, that research that you just pulled out, did that go into specifics of how long it would take, lifelong, on average, for someone to be under the hormonal treatment after this transition?
The article I read said it's a lifelong thing. As long as you want to maintain that gender, then the hormone treatments need to continue indefinitely.
I wonder how much you said it was 1,500. What was it?
About $1,500 a year.
$1,500 a year. So
yeah, so a little more than $100 a month.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Damn.
Now, to turn the tables a little bit, if someone wanted to be in the military and transgender at the same time, would you be more inclined to accept that? If jobs aside, I don't think you're going to get an operator who's who wants to be who is transgender and wants to be an operator. Maybe they'll work in the S3 shop. Who knows? I'm not of that mindset. But if they were to go under their transition or pay for that transition out of their pocket as opposed to put that on the taxpayers and maintain themselves before they enlisted.
Yeah, but then you're thinking about because they come in and they're already transitioned. That's one of the standards of fitness things upon entrance that you have to discuss. Hey, have you had any surgeries or anything before you come in? Then you have to write down what you had surgery for.
There's a lot to digest here. It's a big discussion, and there's more than 1 point or 2 points or 10 points. There's so many different little combinations of things that muck up the water, man.
Yeah. Oh, tell me about it, dude. I'm just the whole subject. It was just like I was telling Grey Cloud at the beginning of the first segment, is that they at work everyone's kind of like, what do we do? Am I supposed to now say it's okay? Am I not supposed to say it's okay? Are you supposed to be getting provided this training? What are we supposed to do now? Because those points exactly. What are the primary care providers too of the individuals that want to transition? What's that mean? Is there anything said specifically? And now it's kind of saying where you're tinfoil hat here. If the commander-in-chief is telling you something, but your service chief is saying, no, this is not happening, who do you listen to? Is it a lawful order over a tweet? Is it lawful? If the commander-in-chief
a tweet does not make policy.
No, but I'm just saying. But if the
be an order.
But I'm saying, is it a lawful order? We get into the legalities of that. Is that okay? ICE, yes, sir. I want you to go and I want you to dig and I want you to bury this body in here. And then your sergeant major or your service chief says, no, ICE, that he did it in a tweet. What are you gonna do? You gonna sit there and say no?
That argument's invalid because how often do soldiers get information put out via text saying, I need you to be at this location at this time? Is that not an order via the text? From your squad leader, your platoon sergeant, your commander, is that not an order via text that you will be here at X time and X location?
What if the lizard people got their phone and fucking and then you had the widow of a Navy SEAL lie about you, and you fucking hit male pattern baldness like all at the same time overnight?
The answer is purple.
See, it depends.
God. Oh man, that's funny as shit.
I got a question. When did gender dysphoria come about? I mean, it used to be called gender identity disorder. When did that become gender dysphoria?
I have no idea.
Are we talking about phrases, or when did it actually happen?
The actual.
I'm wondering when it happened. I
mean, I don't know.
Forbidden fruit.
Yeah, I don't know when it was started or created or whatever.
It's mentioned in the Bible.
No, not.
That no, I'm just fucking with you. I'm not gonna go into.
Don't even go to the. Don't go.
Please. I find it distasteful.
Please don't go biblical.
Biblical, not to quote the Bible, but surely.
But when I send a text out to my soldiers and I send them out to my platoon sergeants and I say, hey, formation is going to be canceled, 9 o'clock work call.
Yeah, dude. The thing is that it's like you got to behave as much as you can, your rank can afford, or whatever that fucking saying is. You know what I'm saying? I think I messed it up.
When I served in the Army, we got phone calls in the barracks from the squad leader or platoon sergeant saying, "Hey, man, 6 a.m. PT's canceled. Report to the hangar at 08:30. And that was considered okay. I got that from my squad leader or my platoon sergeant. Now I guess they do it in text. We did, I served back in the day where we didn't have all the text messages and IMs and whatnot. I don't know how IMs would be something different. I just say who's the highest ranking person that told me to do what, and that's what's going to happen.
But yeah, what's up,
dude? It's the responsibility of the leader to establish the communications process or PACE plan. I believe that's. I don't know. I know that that's part of like Ranger Handbook. I don't know how the fucking Pogues do it or whatever. But PACE plan. If you're a leader and your PACE plan for commo sucks, meaning you don't identify like who the fuck is who in your text messaging or whatever, then that's on you. But if you do and your Joe is being like shitbag, then that's on Joe. That's very simple. I mean, I don't think that the rules change just because you're using an ASIP instead of a fucking embidder. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is it? But is it an order? It doesn't matter what the device comes across. That was my biggest point. Maybe here for us.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah,
that's the same thing what I'm saying.
Yeah, it just.
It's like it's your fault as the leader if you didn't fill your radio, because then nobody's going to be talking to anybody but the fucking Chinese who are spying on your shit.
Yeah, because you're like open plain text.
So. Yeah, dude. Don't fucking plain text your shit.
Don't plain text.
Be a fucking mouth breather.
Yeah, exactly. No pun intended.
So going back to the gender dysphoria and when it came out, it looks like it first appeared in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 5th edition, or DSM-5, which was published on 18 May 2013.
So that's when it came out.
Yep, that's what I'm seeing based on just a quick Google search of it.
Well, there you go.
The DSM-5 is a book that is used by American Psychiatric Association to classify and diagnose. It's a classification and diagnostic tool.
And I found it's no longer a disorder. What's the difference between dysphoria and disorder? Were they trying to loosen the blow of someone's affliction?
No pun intended.
No
pun intended.
It's not. It's still. It's a dysphoria is the type of disorder.
Okay.
It's still a disorder. It's a matter of categorization. It creates a separate category for the type of disorder, A. And B, the DSM, as Grey Cloud, I think, was just talking about it. I'd like to add a little bit to the DSM thing. It's the fucking what's it called? The DSM is reviewed before publication. The new edition of the DSM is reviewed by the insurance industry. There's a board, a formal process of review of the new DSM. That's who authorizes the DSM, is the fucking insurance industry. Just kind of food for thought. Not gonna fucking spoon feed anybody.
Yeah, it's almost like saying post-traumatic stress dysphoria. Good point, Doc. It's called PTS.
Well, it's not.
No, but is it?
That's what I'm saying.
But is it a disorder or a dysphoria? You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, but the two words are not interchangeable, is what I'm saying. You can't say post-traumatic stress dysphoria. That's not. It doesn't replace the term disorder, and it's not mutually interchangeable. It is a separate category. So basically, in a post-traumatic stress disorder, it's a disorder that is caused post-trauma. The stress is the disorder. The trauma is what caused it, and the occurrence of is post-stress. That's when it happens. So the dysphoria is the analogous of the stress in the PTSD disorder. It's still a disorder, but it's should be compared to the word stress as opposed to replaced or interchangeable with the term disorder.
The more you know.
Yeah, I was about to say it's more like picking pepper out of fly shit, but okay. Because everyone's saying it's like bipolar is bipolar personality disorder. People are getting wrapped around the name of the title so that way nobody gets offended, is what I think is the point.
It's disorder. The reason that the names are significant, right, is because when somebody sues an insurance company for not wanting to cover them for treatment for whatever it is that they're trying to get or were denied treatment for, then those terms are like very, very important in the contract law that is outlines the contract between the person who buys the insurance policy and the company who provides the insurance policy.
WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, we're kind of getting wrapped around the axle on this. I'm trying to figure out a bigger issue of it. This type of reassignment has like lots and lots of surgeries involved. So that's going to make them non-deployable at best.
Yeah.
So now we're basically going to enlist somebody that's non-deployable when we're still in the process of, they're non-deployable. We're putting people out for that.
That's exactly what my whole point was at the beginning of the segment, is that you're basically the standards of fitness while you're in, which was going to be the next subject anyways, is that after all this, now you're going to have to deal with somebody who's going to be on fucking profile all the time, and the Army is trying to throw people out for just barely breaking a foot.
Exactly.
And they end up fucking putting the guys to the system, and of course, the Veterans Administrations in that system get piled up because the Army, I guarantee it, there was a study back in the day that nobody wants to talk about how 75,000 soldiers did not deployed during the entire war of OIF and OEF. And nobody said anything about those guys, and they were well and healthy. But however, the trigger pullers, the guys that were doing non-pogue shit, were getting fucking hurt left and right, and were getting put the fuck out. And
absolutely.
So no, I know what you're saying. It's a frustration.
Yeah, I caught the tail end because I came in from work and saw the little news feed where it's on saying, hey, I've been in the infantry for 18 years and I'm openly transgender. I'm like, no, this is BS.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
And then it's popping up DA photos in female uniform. There's no way.
Well, see, the whole term, and I'm glad you brought that up. The term in itself, and then we'll go back to what we're talking about, the change of the title of saying what disorder and dysphoria was. They used to be called transvestites. That was it.
Exactly.
And there were guys that dressed up like women. There was no surgery involved. There was nothing assigned. That was it. It was guys who dressed up as women. And Rocky Horror.
Exactly. And even then, when that was the case, we'd sit there and it was deemed a psychological disorder.
Yeah.
And they would be put out immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Or denied enlistment in the first place.
Correct. Only because of what the study of that document that Cause Great Cloud and Doc Madness talked about, that was logged in as a specific disorder. But and that was going to be my next point, is that I have friends right now. I got a real close friend right now who is facing a medical board on something that everybody knows he could stay in for, but the Army's going to put him out. Even though,
see it every day.
Even though the guy can run, fucking shoot.
Go to your local recruiting office and ask them how many people they have to turn away for ADD or ADD.
Yeah, or for having to be under certain specific medications. Correct.
Exactly.
And then they don't take their medications because of the stigma, and then they become a behavioral health issue. That's an entirely fucking new subject as well. So it branches out in a weird fucking web when you. Like you were just saying, someone who's getting allowed to the surgery is going to be on fucking profile forever and a day until they are finally reassigned. And then that individual, and of course I'm only speaking specifically about readiness. I'm not saying what my beliefs are or nothing. I'm just saying specifically about readiness and what the regulation says specifically. How do you rule that person out, or how do you not rule that person out who just, like I said, broke his leg on a jump or broke his back on a ruck, and now you're going to put him out?
And the exact point, on a broader spectrum, the regulation was put in place to prevent someone who is mentally not stable, or I don't want to use the term not stable, but mentally not on the game. Put it that way.
Yeah, exactly.
From leading soldiers into combat.
There has to be some specific
or leading generals, and
exactly.
that's going to wind
deficiency.
up causing it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that.
It's a deficiency.
Correct.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but the biggest thing is that the whole it's you're right. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's an issue when it comes to the specific tactics, technique, and procedures that we have to perform as warfighters. Is what my point.
Absolutely, 100%. Yes.
So you cannot
exactly. We are in the profession of arms.
Correct. So you cannot expect a Black Hawk pilot or an Apache pilot to be taking some fucking drugs because of whatever he's got going on, and not be focused with his aircrew coordination training. You will have some fucking. You'll have some crashing birds. And there's the reason why the AR 95-1 and the standards of fitness for flight say specifically what a pilot or a crew member must be in to fucking safely fly that aircraft. Because
exactly. So now you're going to turn into, so we're going to try and change these rules so that now you're allowed in, and now it becomes an even bigger safety issue than some of the stuff that we're already dealing with, where we've had to bend rules.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's it depends on whatever you want to talk about as well, as far as the that whole fucking think about the drama of someone trying to do something, and then it becomes almost like someone tries to be the first one, the pioneer. You know what I mean? Someone tries to blaze the trail because they deserve that. They feel that they should be able to fly a Black Hawk, even though they're taking medication to keep them from their fucking hands from shaking or something like that. You just can't do it.
Exactly, you can't.
So. Is this the White Berry White?
This is the White Berry White.
I fucking knew it.
You caught me.
No, you've called several times into the show, so I'm like.
Actually, no, this is my first time calling.
Is it? No, there's a guy who says he's the White Berry White, and well, you just dimed yourself out anyway. So he's the White Berry White. He's called here several times. He left a message on one of the. On here, because sometimes we'll play the messages from our answer machine, and he said, "I'm the White Berry White," and you sound like him, like it's the White Berry White. So,
no, I've been called it before, but no, this is my first time calling.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, thanks for calling, first time caller. Shit. So, but you get, I know what you're saying though. It's the specific standards, and it's a safety issue as well. I mean, I can't. I personally, I don't see anybody performing a specific task and then all of a sudden having to stop to take some meds.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Completely combat ineffective.
Yeah, exactly. All right, big man. Well, hey, thanks for calling.
All right. Thanks.
All right, late. White Berry White. It is him. He called before. Now he's fucking saying, no, first time caller. It must be his brother or some shit. So, it's not a disorder. It is a disorder. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. How about have a helicopter fly over your head, and all of a sudden find out the guy that's flying the helicopter is taking several medications? What are you going to say to that? Cause, do you have any technicians that do that take specific medications? That
mental fitness is a thing.
Yeah, it is, and that's why I'm tired. let's just wear black socks and be happy. Exactly, Daniel. That's my whole point, bro. I just want us to fucking have no drama in this shit. There was no cause or no effort, no pun intended cause, but there was no cause there was no cause or effort into the specific how can I say it? There was no everyone knew that you woke up in the morning, did PT. Oh shit, somebody wore white socks. You made a fucking correction, and then someone said, "You know what? I think we should wear black socks." Fuck yeah, why? I don't know, let's wear black socks. All right, cool, we did it, and it's fucking done over Twitter. Same thing with the new PT uniform or the fucking Alaraks that were sent out for fucking tattoo standards and shit. I'm not going to sit there and argue about somebody for something that's going to be straight up, I don't know. To kind of be like a nuclear scientist, you got to be like a smart guy. And if he's taking medication that's making him dumb, and you just wanted to do that to create a fucking opportunity for him, no. Congratulations, somebody, unless you're Stephen Hawking, then yeah, of course, but, But yeah, ignore any change to our retirement system, but that's it. So, but But okay, so Doc, do you think that the caller had a good point about the guys being on profile or the guys not being on profile?
Yeah. Yep. I would have. No, I mean, I would have talked shit if I didn't think it was valid. I can't help myself. You know?
God. All right, Cos. Hey, thanks for calling, man.
All right, brother. We'll see you on the other side.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Take it easy. Have a good one.
Bye.
What the fuck? He's not gonna kill himself, is he? Like, see on the other side, like.
Oh no, he's not like no. It's like that's a. Oh come on, dude. See now you're getting all. Cos call back.
Triggered.
Fuck, I should have said that. See you on the other side. What happened? What happened? So, what was the name of that document again, Great Clouds, you pulled up?
The DSM.
The DSM, and that is called, what was that called again? What was the,
Are you serious? Like, hello?
I don't study psychology that much.
It's not necessarily a study of. It can be a pastime or a hobby.
The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders.
There we go. That's what I wanted everybody to hear. I may not know. I may know what the fuck it is, but the audience doesn't know what it is.
What's the latest one? Is DSM-12, right?
Let me see if I got it.
I think it is. I'm kind of a Jew at heart, so I usually just keep the second or third newest edition.
And then you put fucking clip notes in there with some stickies.
Pretty much, but it kind of makes my
DSM-5.
Yeah. Oh, it is 5. Okay.
Yeah, it's
I must be
DSM.
thinking
Yeah,
about-
DSM-5 covers.
Been,
yes, DSM-5
okay, cool.
does cover that.
I've been hitting the faster than light travel shit a lot lately. I might have just been thinking of something else.
Well, there is a petition right now to remove that from the DSM.
Good luck.
Well, I mean, there is a petition for it, so I really
Well,
don't know.
no, that's cool. I mean, but the insurance industry is not an industry that gives a fuck about your feelings. It's
No, they
it's
don't.
it's as the Army shouldn't either, or the DoD, but
no, we're all about feelings,
fucking
bro.
Whatever. But yeah, dude, the insurance industry don't give a fuck about your feelings. That shit it's like statistical manual. To change it based on somebody's feelings or butt hurt, like that's like completely is bullshit.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of opened up the lines and left the subject open and the lines open because I want somebody of transgender to tell me what's up. I mean, except for you, Manning, you ain't fucking calling here. We don't want to talk to you.
Yes. And then we can trace the call.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't think about that. But I want to know. I want to know what their. I want to know what their fucking. I want to know what their fucking. What is? I mean, I want to know what goes through the process. I mean, because we talk about it. We have somebody going through it. We have somebody whatever. But if you can't, I mean, it's just like nobody knows what Doc Madness is or who Ice is or Grey Cloud is unless we are living our own lives and we say it. But we just have to believe it, right? If someone's writing a paper. But I want to know from someone who is transitioning or not transitioning or is transitioning, thinking about transitioning, or just likes to wear women's clothes to provide some sort of input.
Banging trannies is like some aspect of expertise or knowledge and
no, I'm not talking about
well.
no, but I'm not talking about it specifically in the gratification point of view. I'm just thinking about specifically in the. All right, tell me what I'm missing here.
But that's what it's all about, bro. It's Maslow's needs. That's what it comes down to.
Well, I mean, of course, because it's all been proposed. So I just want to know, and if you are of the medical field and you want to jump on here to jump in the conversation and to dissect and tell us what we're missing or what we're not missing, we'd be more than happy to fucking discuss it. Sergeant's Time is always open to a difference of opinions and discussions of, and we're not going to hate you for it. We're trying to get this out, and of course, obviously, we are merely translating what we are, or transposing to you, the WTF Nation and our listening audience, what has transpired in the news. And the specifics in regulatory and actual policy that is written in the military right now. So it's nothing to do with our personal beliefs. It's just we just want to know, hey, what the fuck's going on? So, anyway, Bradley still has a. So he has a woman's penis. Is that what you're saying, Kaz? So yeah, and what my biggest thing is that when it starts getting down to the
that's funny.
What? That's a one fucking meme that we talked about. But my biggest thing is that it's when it's to our kids. It's when it gets down to the kids. When do we stop? When do we stop or when do we start? What is the, I guess you would say the litmus test or something like that? What is the term when somebody who doesn't transition and just wants to wear women's clothes? Do we call them drag queens or transvestites? Are they transitioning? Are they transgender or not? You know what I mean? Is that legit? Is that whatever? They have drag queens that are now reading to students, that reading to little kids in kindergartens in the state. And I'm just wondering, okay, can you kind of leave that alone? Does it have to be forced on the kid? Their reason why is they're saying that they want children to be used to seeing somebody that they don't know or know what's going on. My belief is that you don't fucking tell me how to raise my kid or introduce things other than a normal reading, writing, and arithmetic curriculum to my kid. I mean, that's fair enough. So yeah, cross-dressers, what do you call them?
Cross-dressers. Well, there's words.
Well,
there's no such thing as synonyms.
That's what I'm saying, but I don't know. It's just one of those things to where, and now I will get personal on and that's what I'm saying. That was the one thing about the kids. They don't expose kids to this yet. Wait till the kids get a little bit older, or they have their parents to fucking help them, guide them along to their little journey of life.
Okay, so we have sex ed in school, right?
Yeah.
And there's that's done at a specific age where they're not too young.
Yeah.
And that should be exposed. I mean, we have Common Core.
Yeah.
So I'm not fucking hoping for much in the department of like objective logic or fucking reasoning here.
Yeah.
That's being that's from a realist perspective. But in a like common sense world, which may be like a fantasy at this point, I would say that when they're old enough to be taught the sex ed portion, then include it in there, but at least like don't say it's good or bad.
Yeah, I see that.
Objective,
like
education
you're right.
should be objective.
That's a good point. That is a good point. This just in off the Red Leg News Desk. A memorandum just got shot out just now from a memorandum for the chiefs of the military services, the chief of the National Guard Bureau, and the senior enlisted leaders of the military services from the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, dated today, as in just a few minutes ago, the transgender policy. I know there are questions about yesterday's announcement by the president on the transgender policy. There will be no modifications of the current policy until the president's direction has been received by the Secretary of Defense and the Secretary has issued implementation guidance. In the meantime, we will continue to treat all of our personnel with respect, as importantly given the current fight and challenges we face. We will remain focused and accomplishing our assigned mission. Signed, General Dunsford, U.S. Marine Corps, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs. There you go. We just got it. Hot off the Red Leg News Desk. There you go. Fuck yeah, dude. So there's her guidance. Everyone was wondering what the hell the guidance was going to be. I know everybody at work was like, "What do we do?" You want to see panic amongst field grade officers? Give out some, like I said, somebody who's higher ranking than your boss. Give out some guidance. So that's crazy. Well, thanks for the tip there. It's not the tip. It's for sure. It's for shizzle. It's for reals. It's happening. So there's the answer to that. So there's currently no change in policy just as yet, and I have to endure fucking transgender training. That again, not because I have to. I care about the subject. And now we could talk about. I don't know. We got a few more minutes to talk about this. Are we done with the transgender stuff? With the LGBTQ additional identifiers hashtag. Are we done talking
personally, I've come to terms with it a while ago.
Oh, I'm just saying. I'm just talking. I'm talking about for the show. Exactly. Okay, well then we're going to talk about that. Now, the reason why we talk about this, exactly, Doc. The reason why we're talking about this now, additional training, kind of segues into this. Mad Dog Mattis is pissed off. SecDef is really pissed off right now, and has now ordered that all services go through and fucking go through all their training and say online training, need to fucking cut that shit down. NTC and JRTC training, we need to cut that shit down. We need to focus on warfighting. So, all those rendezvous with Destiny and trying to get the big win for your command, or trying to get that next block, that top block for your OER guys, are going away. The SecDef is actually going to crack down on unnecessary training and unnecessary online training, which okay.
It was good, dude. Like I did actually read a lot about the, because I don't like. I mean, yeah, I saw it in the fucking interwebs.
Yeah.
But that's always like perverted through somebody's fucking dumbass mouth with their fucking opinions and shit. And lately I've been seeing like way too much emotional pillar used in persuasive arguments, but beside the point.
Well, that's because they're rice bowl. They're rice bowl owners. You know what I mean? These are the guys that are trying to protect their fiefdoms. You know what I mean? They want.
Well, that was my nice way of saying that people are just fucking being pussies. Well, they lack the intellectual capacity to use a even positional argument pillar. But I digress. My point is the Mattis thing. I did some digging around on it, and what's cool about it is that it's not just like him saying. I really dig this, dig General or Secretary Mattis with just his mindset and the approach that he's taken towards this shit. It's like the no bullshit type of fucking like approach. And it's the reason I say this is because it's not just that, he saw some policies that were fucked up and he, as he rode by in his fucking carriage, he fucking was displeased and demanded that the plebs fix this one fucking aspect that displeased them. It wasn't like that at all.
Yeah.
It was pointed out that it is, it's an indicator of the mindset that is in the higher echelons and the strategic levels of our military. And he's like fucking pissed off about that. And basically, I think that could lead to a lot of, not necessarily like explicit policy change, but just to the environment in general, to where certain shit is just not gonna be like socially acceptable anymore. Like being a fucking shitbag, fucking asshole that gets promoted by adding an extra fucking slide to the con op.
No, exactly. That's and I think that's what's the whole point. The whole point is that they don't want exactly what the SecDef is saying. The SecDef is saying that there's, hey, look, we got it. There's requirements for stuff, but requirements for mandatory force training that does not directly support core tasks, because pilots and fucking trigger pullers and people who cannon cockers, lanyard lizards, fucking everyone's got their fucking button pushers. Everyone's got their fucking specific battle drills to do, and I'm serious.
Monkey spankers,
monkey spankers,
weasel
meat beaters,
pullers.
weezer pullers, pull. Anyways,
Hold on. We're on this subject, and that here's a question for you, Ice. What's your opinion on white space?
White space.
Racist much?
I want to say what are we talking about? Are we talking about on a slide?
When did MySpace become so racist?
Yeah, I'm about to say what I know what you're talking about. You're talking about white space on a training calendar, and a commander doesn't like that. What do I think about it? As a first sergeant, I had a pretty good commander that was able, several commanders, because I was a first sergeant for so damn long. I had several commanders that were able to sit with me, and he would discuss the training plan with the XO and the platoon leaders, and he'd be able to articulate, hey, this is the training plan, blah 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 blah, and then would go on the calendar, and the way the calendar fit, they were actually pretty good about not, in other words, what they wanted to do before we deployed out or we did something. They there really wasn't too much white space. There really wasn't too much because in the unit that I was in, the 4-day weekends were so fucking crazy. You had to actually you got pissed off that you had 4-day weekends because you needed to train up to do something. You know what I mean? You couldn't send some guys to school, or you couldn't watch your fucking platoon sergeants train and do their battle drills. So it was kind of There'd be some times towards the red cycle when you had to do fucking post cleanup and shit like that. Yeah. There was that one fucking commander or that one CSM in one of the battalions that decided that it would be a great idea to go to do something during this fucking time when there's not supposed to be anything going on, because exactly that. We don't like white space. So.
But why, if I may?
Yeah, go ahead. What's your opinion on green space cuffs?
With the MySpace bullshit. I know what the fuck white space is. But
we're just breaking balls, man.
No. Like, I just wanted to, because I once you started talking about it, like, it occurred to me that it actually is something that pisses me off, or pissed me off before, and I would say that it really depends on why does the commander not like white space, and what I think it is that if it's for like their own personal like rank progression and OER bullets and shit, then that's bull.
Yeah, it is bullshit, because most of them
not about that. It's selfless service, dude.
Exactly. I mean, I there was even a point in time where I had one of my former commanders, when I was a first sergeant, would say, you know what? Sometimes I just don't want to I want to chill a little bit, so I'll give the kids a break. I'm like, fucking A, platoon sergeants, come here quick, before he changes his mind.
But that's still bullshit. It shouldn't be based off of like his fucking daily enema fucking caffeine intake.
But it's the fact that what he's going through to train up our company that supports the unit's medal. You don't have to cram all this fucking bullshit in training. Like, you don't have to have motherfuckers be laying out shit for fucking PCCs and PCIs to do fucking live fires and shit all the fucking time, and have to go through inventories, because you as the company commander want to tell the BC, there you go, sir, I was able to inventory everybody, and I've done 15 fucking checks, even though these guys have been left to fucking wither in the fucking motor pool until about 1900 to fucking wait, while all the leadership are waiting in to get fucking guidance from the fucking first sergeant, who is stuck in a fucking meeting with the commander while the BC's trying to pontificate some bullshit because he wants to win JRTC. Page left intentionally blank. Like that, exactly.
Jesus.
No, white space is
internally screaming.
Exactly. But that's the way it is. There are some commanders that feel that if there's open space on the calendar, like i.e. nothing going on in there in that day, that they have to cram something in there. What I hate.
That's a situation. That's a fucking organizational failure,
well, yeah.
Dude. Like,
yeah.
The fact that there is an incentive, if it's in some fucking way, shape, or form incentivized, directly or indirectly, for them to do this, that's bullshit. That's the kind of shit that is. I'm not gonna speak for the Saint Mattis, but I imagine that's the kind of shit. It's like he can't fucking. There's so much fucked up shit going on. He can't fucking point it all out. It's like and it's not his job to fucking go around and babysit fucking these dudes that are generals, and it's their fucking responsibility to unfuck the actual details in policy and in the fucking environmental like pulse of the organization. He's just saying like, hey dude, you guys are fucking like, you need to fix your shit. Like, I'm displeased.
Oh no. That you're right. No, this is a question. I think Great Cloud had something that was sort of off topic, but kind of this on the same realm. So, he ordered a review. Basically, is what he's saying, of retention or separation of permanently He wanted a review. Now check this out. Ordered a review of the retention or separation of permanently non-deployed service members, the civilian workforce hiring process, and also he asked for increased emphasis on counterintelligence training for each of the service's law enforcement branches. Which I didn't know counterintelligence was involved in law enforcement, but okay. That's new to me. I'm gonna have to call my skiff kids and say, hey,
talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. So he wants to review the retention or separation of permanently non-deployable service members. Okay, the reason why he's doing this is because he wants to know of the guys who've been hiding the fuck out. Why haven't they become broken? Does that make sense? I don't want to sound callous, but why didn't you? You know, like the caller said before, he's knows buddies that have been fucked up and also the shit that got med boarded out of the fucking army. I know several people right now that are getting med boarded out of the army. Meanwhile, the guy who rarely deploys, the guy who's always in the fucking headquarters, the guy who's got a bachelor's or working on his master's degree. Meanwhile, everyone else has been sucking, and the guy who fucking broke himself doing something that his unit told him to do, and now he's gonna fucking yeah. So to execute the review, Mattis has called for a working group to be led by the Undersecretary of Defense for Personnel and Readiness.
It's a fucking working party.
Yeah, exactly. It's a working group.
It's like
a working group. No. When I hear working group, I think working group, OPTs, or Tiger teams, and these are the guys that the commander will sit there and pick and say, hey, look. The S1, the S2, the S3, the S4, the S5, and the S6, and the S7, they all suck, okay? So I need somebody who can do some shit better than them, but not call them better than them. You're a working group, and you need to give me this solution, and then all the results of that Tiger team or OPT or operational planning team goes into effect throughout the staff. That's why when I hear, working group, cool. But unfortunately... the spot's not been filled yet by Donald Trump's administration.
Right, that's the article I pulled up on. I brought up on Tuesday. Well, let me ask you this, you two. How many during the surge? Because that's like when everybody was fucking rolling down range. How many people, senior NCOs specifically, did you guys know that were still slick sleeves?
Fucking Korea, dude.
Oh, yes, Korea and Germany. And it wasn't until Germany, when they started deploying their units out of Germany, that's when there was no six leaves from people in Germany. Because that's why everybody went to Germany and Korea. Because all the units in the big army here in CONUS deployed. And that's why everyone's like, oh, man, you're going to Germany? Fuck, that sucks. It looks like you're not going to Iraq or Afghanistan. And then the army said, hey, fuck you. You're all going. Everyone's going. And
my Germany experience wasn't big army, so that was like,
you were the Bad Toast boys. But my point being is that the point being is that fucking Anthony Curta, hey, he was my boss back in the day, Navy guy, when I was working with the Navy people. So he recently nominated Robert Wilkie to serve as the Undersecretary for Personnel Readiness, and then Admiral Tony Curta will be he's a retired admiral, to serve permanently as the principal deputy. So,
dude, I think that today, in our world, this fucking wonderful place that we live in, shouldn't be like, that should immediately disqualify you for promotion. Unless you're like fucking Dr. fucking Strange, and you got the magic fucking prostate massage hand, then that's like obviously an exception.
While you're on the promotion topic, I think I brought this up several months back or whatever. That was something they were looking at doing for selection boards and promotion boards.
Yes, then they stopped because
they hurt someone's feelings.
Exactly.
But yeah, they wanted to black out your downrange time.
Yep.
When your shit went before the board.
Yep, they wanted to block your downrange time and then highlight your education, because.
Well, you might as well then fucking remove it from the OER and COER.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just that's one of those things that was everyone would rabble about, because fucking there were individuals that had more deployments. That's what I'm saying. They had more people that had more deployments, and they couldn't go to school. Meanwhile, the ones that didn't deploy were getting qualified, going to their schools, becoming a master resiliency trainer, getting all this fucking course stuff like that to get promoted.
Dude.
That's fucking no. Fuck
that's
that.
bullshit. that's total bullshit. And it's like whoever, like the people that are like, I can't believe that this would even be that anybody would have the fucking audacity. I don't think it's audacity. I think it's fucking complete stupidity to bring this up as a legitimate fucking suggestion. Like it's literally that outside of like your performance evaluation, right? Like the war, the fucking deployment times, that is what separates the military from fucking civilian job. If you want to fucking jerk off to your fucking university experience, like build a resume, don't pick up bitches on LinkedIn, and fucking basically
dig.
I learned that the hard way. But yeah, go fucking get the fuck out. Like, no, you're a fucking detriment to the fucking community. Get the fuck out. Like, goodbye.
Okay. Somebody asked me what master resiliency trainer. So the Army has developed a curriculum now for you to deal with your feelings.
Do you guys know what edging is? Edging is where you jerk off to stay away on guard, but you don't nut. And master resiliency is to train other people to jerk off for longer periods of time without that fucking release. Because if you fall asleep on guard, then people die.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
That actually has nothing to do with it, but you're welcome for my service.
Oh, God. Anyways. Anywho. No, master resiliency training. That is teaching somebody how to be resilient, cause, and how to succeed in life. How to, how to, in other words, if you have, how do I say this? If you're dealing with conflict and stress on the job, you're taught that's resiliency. That you have to be resilient. That's resiliency. To me, like I said this before, to me, resiliency is surviving the Bataan Death March when the fucking Japanese were fucking marching your ass through the fucking jungles. That was fucking resiliency if you survived. Not, like you said, Doc, my fucking feelings hurt, and oh shit, Facebook just kicked me off. Wow. Must have been, damn. That's you were live.
They reached their quota for the maximum amount of fucks in one sentence.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. Awesome. So, yes, the Army does need those now because individuals need to learn how to be resilient. Believe it or not, the Army actually saw that as a caveat and a discriminator for promotion if you were Master Resiliency qualified, EO qualified, Battle Staff qualified, Jump Master qualified. What's the other one? There was a couple other like discriminators that would put you, Sergeant Morales, Sergeant Artie Murphy, guys or whatever. So you did that, and that, believe it or not, Master Resiliency Trainer, it's a big thing in the Army because we have to tell soldiers how to be resilient. We have to tell soldiers that it's okay. Bad First Sergeant Ice, we'll get him. We'll just file a complaint, and then you'll learn how to be resilient afterwards. After he told you to fucking mow the lawn for you not zonking on time. So, yeah. So that's what the Master Resiliency Trainer is. Now, of course, I'm not going to get into, god damn it, would you guys stop dropping the memes? Shit, I'm getting distracted. Stop it. I'm not looking at the fucking chat. So, anyways, that's what it is. And it got you, yeah, exactly. And it's exactly that. That is exactly it. I don't know who I offended, guys. Facebook Live just fucking kicked me off. Damn. That's fucking crazy. Ice, you were in violation of the Facebook morality code. I love it.
Did they send you a fucking telegram to tell you why?
No, I'm probably got it. Hang on, let me see.
The Jew.
Did you not see that coming? Did you not see that coming? I know, Reich. Let me see. I think I got booted from fucking Facebook. Hang on, I got to check my mail right now. But anyways, wow. All right, whatever. It's more like a motivational speaker. That's right. It's a motivational speaker for Joes. And the Joes fucking. I mean, like
what are we talking about?
Master Resiliency Trainer.
Oh, I get it.
So
they teach you that.
Yeah, so like I'm saying, you are a Joe, and it is fun. It is fucking funny. It's fucking ridiculous. I can't believe they do this. So you are a fucking soldier, and you, Doc, we've served together, and me and you have our own perception of time. So when me and you didn't show up to formation that one day, and the first sergeant was digging our ass, and then we were laughing about it, and then, the first sergeant was screaming at us, and one of us got butt hurt. We weren't taught resiliency techniques to deal with the first sergeant chewing us out when me and you were late for formation that one time.
We did. It's called push-ups.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. We did.
Front back goes.
Exactly. Front back goes. Carry the log. If you didn't carry the log when in our time, then it saved the paperwork. But so now they have instructors called Master Resiliency Trainer. Now I'm telling you what, in the big army and the fucking the TRADOC FORCECOM commands, that is a big fucking deal. That's almost they look at he's Master Resiliency Trainer. Oh my god, he's Master Resiliency.
Oh my god,
dude,
he swallows.
He's Master. His dick touches his ass. He's Master Resiliency Trainer. Oh my god, watch out.
That's ridiculous, dude. That's the kind of shit that's what NCOES is for. You fucking in conjunction with learning regs and procedures, you are fucking taught informal ways to be a fucking good leader by the people teaching the fucking school. What the fuck?
Well, no, they don't. Now they just want to say exactly the instructors, the cadre of the NCO. Now that by the way, they don't call it NCOES anymore.
What do they call it now? It's like
they call it
Harry Potter's fucking school for reach arounds and tolerating.
Oh my god, bro!
Gag reflex.
You'll know when you see another announcement when we're gonna be broadcasting from the Sergeant Major's Academy in Fort Bliss, Texas, on our next broadcast. They teach gay shit like that. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Damn it. See, I went through the whole fucking show not saying anything like that, and I even had some words that I could not say.
Dude. It's not. That is a disservice to society that we show others that we're scared of fucking words.
No, I'm just breaking balls. I don't know, dude. I got booted.
That's the kind of shit. That's the kind of shit that leads to gulags and fucking concentration camps.
Well, it would be. It's crazy because in that environment, I'm glad you brought that up about master resiliency stuff, cause the master resiliency stuff is at these big commands, at the new job that I'm working at. I scratch my head because that's a big deal. It's not weapons qualification. It's not APFTs. It's not anything. It is you need to go to master resiliency trainer. Yeah, it's not a big deal. But if you want to be a leader, you got to go to MR. And they even fucking acronymed it. You got to go to MRT, and I'm thinking, MRT, what the fuck is that? Master Riflesman Techniques? What is that? Master Repellents? I'm training. What I'm thinking tactical, right? I'm like, yeah. What do I get my kit? Yeah. You already turned in your kit. No. But it's is this a school or something like that? What is that? It's Master Resiliency Training. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me, really, dude? It's what is this Master Resiliency Training? You got to.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking retarded.
You got to go to it. Yeah, but it's and you have to go through it. No, but I mean, I don't really have to go through it.
Next, they're gonna want a badge for it. What would be a good badge for it?
Yeah, well, no, you're right. No, they did it for instructors. No, I'm not gonna go back on Facebook Live. We only got 10 more minutes.
Badge? They have an instructor badge?
They have an instructor badge now. You went to
what is it?
You went to SOA.
Is it a fucking tampon?
No, it's like a pillar. Oh, that's the badge for people who don't have badges and don't have flair. To say, oh, you don't have the instructor badge.
It's like, oh yeah,
yeah.
My fucking sharks trump your fucking tampons.
Oh yes, the sharks. But my biggest thing is that they make it a big deal. That's the key thing to being a leader now, is to make sure that soldiers aren't butthurt when you tell them, Doc, Ice, why are you late for formation? And we're because we're fucking off and we're hanging out, and Ice needed some smokes.
Whatever,
and
man.
Then, whatever.
What are those fucking pussies, dude?
Yeah.
Bunch of fucking pussies. This reminded me of something funny. when I went to, I think it was BNOC, in BNOC, we were like in our like little squads. We had to like come up with our own like guidons for each like squad, right? And then like you had to come up with a motto. And I remember, dude, this is so awesome. In my BNOC class, our guidon was a broomstick handle with a tampon like tied to the broomstick handle by the strings of the tampon. And our motto was 2 girls, 1 cup. Right? And so we're graduating, dude. And the sergeant major is like standing at the podium. And when he's like, when they called us to attention, we all sounded off with our motto. When the sergeant major goes up to the podium, like after, you know, the commander does the whole fucking brings us to attention, and the sergeant major comes around, and he was like, "What the fuck is this 2 girls, 1 cup shit?" And everybody's just like crickets, but like laughing internally, you know.
Did you end up showing the video?
It was great, dude.
Did you end up showing the video of the 2 girls, 1 cup?
Oh no, like one of our cadre, he was like a fucking wild man, dude. Like this dude like makes me look like a fucking Boy Scout. And yeah, dude. He was like very loudly tell stories
at awkward moments.
Parties that he'd go to with his wife and shit.
Oh,
and then one of the classes that he taught, I don't remember what the fucking class was at all. But the motivator for his class was a dating video that he made while he was in Iraq. And he's like on top of a roof in the middle of a fucking gunfight, right? And he's like peeking over the roof and fucking shooting like bursts from his fucking 240. And like there's visibly shit hitting the walls and stuff that he's getting shot at as well. You could see it. And then like as he like shoots a burst, he'll turn around to the camera and he's like, "Hey guys, I'm so and so. I'm looking for fine ladies out there in these regions. As you can see," turns around, lays down a fucking burst from a machine gun. He's like, I really like humanitarian service. Here, I'm giving out 7.62 to the local population. Turns around, lays down another burst. I was like dying, dude. This fucking thing was like a legit for like 5 minutes long fucking dating video.
It had a little skit going.
Yeah, it was good, dude.
Oh man. Yeah, the 2 girls, 1 cup. It's okay. If you don't know what it is, look it up on the internet. Unlike, you know, when Jim Beam one time showed me what a blue waffle was. So that was an interesting show we had. When I asked, what's this blue waffle shit you're all talking about? But hey, real quick, let me go over some housekeeping, because I had not, this subject has got everybody running us crazy. I can't believe Facebook literally kicked me out. You were in violation. They just didn't say anything. So, no idea why it's not. No idea. Anyway, so next Wednesday, we're going to have Mike Davis and Bruce Storts from Project Healing Waters Fly Fishing. And Project Healing Waters Fly Fishing Incorporated is dedicated to the physical emotional rehabilitation of disabled active military personnel and disabled veterans throughout fly fishing and associated activities, including education. Associated activities means beer, guns. Do you think that means? I mean, that's what I think when I go fishing. Associated activities, drinking some beer, cooking out in the grill. Next Thursday, we're going to have Bobby Heinlein from Bravo 78, four-tour Iraqi war veteran, retired staff sergeant, wounded warrior, comedian, Bravo 78 motivational presenter. This guy's going to teach real resiliency training, and his story has been featured in several numerous media sources, including the documentaries Comedy Warriors, Healing Through Humor. Can't wait to get him on the show. He's been highlighted through several articles on CNN, PBS, KET, NPR, Today.com, and Time.com. Time Magazine, People Magazine, Huffington Post, Guide Post. This guy's been all over the place. Friday, we're going to have Maria Martinez from the Cochise Serving Veterans. Cochise Serving Veterans, CSV, was formed in October 2013. CSV is a veteran serving group comprised of members of federal, state, and local government officials. Through a collaborative effort, CSV provides a forum for addressing veteran services and issues through outreach and education. I'm going to have Joe Sargent High coming on Friday from Angry Cops. I can't wait to see him in his freaking romper. He's going to sit there and discuss his life and times as a police officer and an Army drill sergeant. I can't believe the guy's still doing it.
Dude, we should make WTF radio rompers. I think it'd be a big hit.
Oh, man. Oh, man, whatever. Rompers, really?
Why not, dude?
Oh, yeah.
It's like
well, there was a company that made rompers like that, and all they did was just cut the legs off of a fucking flight suit and cut the sleeves off of a flight suit and hemmed them, and then they called them rompers, and they're like, ooh, look at military rompers. Like, okay, whatever. We're also kicking off the Warrior of the Month.
That's good, dude.
Yeah, I'm saying that's what they use for rompers, but I mean they're I guess you could say they're fire resistant. So we got Warrior of the Month. Believe it or not, we have some groups that have come together from different types of veteran-like pages that you've probably seen up and around the Facebooks. This is a monthly competition for all the components of the Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps, and the Coast Guard. Yes, the Coasties, Coast Guardian. Did we have this conversation before? What do we call them? Did we ever come down with a name to call them? Coast Guardians, Costa Ricans, whatever. So, Coast Guardians. Coast Guardians sounds like that sounds warrior like. Doesn't need you need no resiliency for that. So
sounds fantastic.
Fucker. So leaders will submit their nominee via our website at WTFNationRadio.com. Click on Warning of the Month tab on the link right there, and then the submissions will be reviewed by our diverse panel of judges. And then, of course, each month will be a winner, and then at the end of the 12th month of this competition, there will be like a year, like a Warrior of the Year, the WTF Nation Warrior of the Year. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be huge. And, of course, you sergeants, officers that think that you're soldier or airman, Marine, or Coast Guardian. Am I missing something? Yes, I said, yeah, soldier. Yeah, soldier, sailor, airman, Marine. Yeah, Coast Guardian. Yeah. So, go check it out. Aside from that, holy crap. I can't believe we got bumped off of Facebook Live. I've never seen that happen before. So, anyways, so what do you got going on for tomorrow? Oh wait, you're not gonna be on tomorrow. Where's my puppy at? So my bad. So every night we got a show. If you notice on the ticker that we got going on, you're gonna notice a different show every night. We're introducing new how can I say, new shows. Every show is a different format. Like tonight, everyone's like, oh my god, Ice, how come we're talking about this boring ass crap? You usually talk about this other stuff. Well, the reason why is because this is Sergeant's Time. This is stories from the main page. These are hot button news articles and issues that are dealing with the active component. And then after that, then Friday Night Freedom is Friday Night Freedom. In the name of freedom, the theme of freedom, to discuss whatever the fuck comes our way. Saturday Night Savagery is just that. It's pretty fucking funny with Jay Ritty's little audible noises and sound effects, and then we got the Green Room on Sunday talking about the cannabinoid and cannabis CBD analysts from the station, and then Monday edition with myself and Cuffs. Tuesdays tied up Tuesday with Minx and Gray Cloud, and then WTF Wednesdays with Jim Beam and Jay Ritty. So that's pretty much the lineup. We're trying to rock a show every night from 20 to 2300. Again, we're not fucking perfect, but we don't want to give you a quality show, so bear with us sometimes when we go through technical issues and all sort of shit. But again, we're thinking about bringing back. Well, actually, we have the DFAC still under renovation right now, so we're thinking about a course of action that will be introduced shortly to bring some semblance of how can I say this? Veteran-based entertainment during your lunchtime. What's that? What was that, Greg Clown?
I didn't say anything. You cut out for me.
Oh, okay. So yeah. So once that gets kicked in, you guys will notice. it's kind of funny. I think it's kind of a good idea. Some of the individuals involved are liking it. I will say it has Jose involved, so it's got Jose involved, and so once that happens, then we'll let you know, of course. And then if you guys don't have anything, you guys got anything for me? Aside for some fucking warning shots?
No, dude, warning shots. You were breaking out at the very end there for me. But yeah, dude, warning shots.
All right. Well,
shots.
Yep, shots. So y'all have a good one, and see you.
Is that actually a picture of the Antichrist crying? I like it. It's tasty.
This is WTF Nation Radio.
I look around this room and I see nothing but untapped potential.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
You have potential. You have... Oh boy.